Football is officially back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Free agency is officially here. It will be starting here in about an hour. Had to pull up an hour early, man, and talk about all the predictions and who we could potentially bring in. There's a lot of rumors and rumblings right now going on around our Raiders, and we're going to talk about that as well. But salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet. That means hit them thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Salute to everybody also watching on Twitter. If you guys want to get involved in the conversation, jump over to YouTube, OLV Raiders Network. Join the conversation. We're going to have some fun today. We will be here for a while. So pull up a seat, man. Get comfortable as we pop our shit. Salute real quick also to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. If you guys want to, if you're better, man, make sure to head over to BetUS. Go get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two deposits using promo code YouTube150. The fastest payouts in the industry, up to $2,000. Once again, if you are better, nobody does it better than our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Let me catch up real quick. I see a lot of people already gifting memberships. I want to say salute to all my people that support us over here at the channel, man. It means so much to me. We already got almost 700 people rocking. You guys are just the best. We have the best community in YouTube. I'm going to say this every single day. Salute to Hug, my brother, the GOAT himself, the mod father, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Frank gifting 5 as well. I appreciate you, my brother. And CGR, another mod father himself, gifting 5. Appreciate you guys. 15 new Green Dot Gang members in the building because of Frank, CGR, and my mod father himself, Hug D's. If you guys missed out on those 15 and want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It definitely keep the lights on around here at OLV, especially in the off season. Salute to Kenny Mack. Raiders! Salute to my dog Kenny Mack on the two. I'm hyped right now, you guys. I got my coffee, I got my beer, water. I'm ready to go right now, man. I'm ready to go. Salute to JC 2 High 1. Appreciate you as well on becoming a member. That means a lot to me, brother. Welcome to Green Dot Gang. A lot to unpack today, you guys. Cooper Kupp has officially been cut from the Los Angeles Rams. The Athletic is reporting, you guys, that we are in on the Cooper Kupp sweepstakes. It just depends on the price tag. There's going to be plenty suitors out there looking at the former All-Pro wide receiver. Yeah, he's getting up there in age. I believe 32 years old. Durability has been an issue with him in recent memory, but the guy will still go out there, block his ass off for you, at least give you 700 yards in the air. That is a guy that we're taking a look at here. So keep an eye on Cooper Kupp, even though I do believe there's other teams out there, the Green Bay Packers, who can use a number one, which I don't know if Cooper Kupp's a number one at this point, but they can use another receiver. Maybe he goes to Seattle. I believe he's from the Washington area. I can see him go to the Seahawks. They need another receiver after parting ways with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Our Raiders are going to be involved. Keep an eye on the Chargers, potentially a few other teams out there that need a wide receiver. Cooper Kupp is officially cut, you guys, and according to The Athletic, we will be in that sweepstakes. Also, Stephon Diggs, I reported it about a month ago, you guys, that, one of my sources hit me up and said that Stefon Diggs was interested, and this is even before Geno Smith became a Raider, that he'd be interested with the Raiders, becoming a Raider. We kind of looked at this as a situation as it made sense, right? Because we had a ton of money. And at this point in his career, he's coming off a torn ACL. I think he wants one last payday. But it looks like he's out there practicing with Geno Smith today, you guys. I don't know if you've seen the story on Geno's Instagram page, but he is out there working out with Stefon Diggs. Coincidence? We shall see. There's other players out there that were practicing with them as well. But there's been a lot of rumors of potentially Stefon Diggs being that wide receiver that we're going to take a look at here in free agency. So keep an eye on it. I'm keeping an eye on Stefon Diggs, keeping an eye on Cooper Kupp. I think Kupp's going to take his time. I could be wrong. He could sign quick, but I have a feeling that Cooper Kupp takes his time a little bit. I think Diggs is going to move on from the Texans. They went out and traded the 7th round pick for Christian Kirk. So I believe that they're kind of out of the sweepstakes for Stefon Diggs. Keep an eye on him. And I know you guys, I understand, the diva-like mentality. I understand, the distractions and so on and so forth and the attitude. I get it. I totally understand this. But if Pete wants him, Pete gets him. And if Chip Kelly thinks this guy can be phenomenal in his system, I'm here for it. As long as, look, I think at this point we have the coaching staff that can keep these guys, in check. So we shall see. But keep an eye on Stefon Diggs. Keep an eye on Cooper Kupp here in the next hour or so. At about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, things are going to really start moving and shaking. And I think once we announce that Geno Smith extension, you guys, I think we'll start making some more moves here shortly as well. Also, yesterday we picked up Eric Stokes, still a young corner, 6'1", kind of embodies what Pete Carroll wants at the DB spot, former first-round pick. He's dealt with some injuries. He had a really good rookie year, and then it's kind of just injury after injury after injury. 1 year, $4 million deal. This is like one of those low-risk, high-reward type moves. At the bare minimum, a depth piece. If we're lucky and Pete Carroll does the DB whisperer thing, maybe we get more out of him. 1 year, $4 million deal with Eric Stokes, former first-round pick of the Green Bay Packers. So that is the latest developments with our Raiders. Salute to Daniel Caps, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships as well. My brother, I appreciate you so much. Once again, you guys are the best. Salute to David Booth. Graphk, remember I said Ashton Jean T has 6. Looking more likely. Dude had the second most yards in D1 history, second only to Barry Sanders. Booth, and there's a lot of people, putting GT to the Raiders right now in a lot of these mock drafts. So we shall see. I know Pete Carroll wants to run the football, and, right now we have Zeus, Dylan Laube, and we have Sincere McCormick on this roster. So he's going to definitely upgrade that room. It's going to be interesting to see if he brings in a veteran. And I do believe he's going to bring in one, whether that's a Nick Chubb or whoever it can be, a Rico, former Dallas Cowboy, had over 1,000 yards rushing last season. I think we're going to add a veteran, but I like Gene T a lot. And if they take him there at 6, I have no issue with it. In a perfect world, though, Booth, you trade back into the team somewhere. You could potentially get your linebacker of the future, a Jahad Campbell, and then you could pick up an additional second-round pick, and then you can go get a Judkins or a Trayvon Henderson or something along those lines, and you could add more to that room instead of taking one early at 6. And I love Gene T. I think that he is, with him it's 1A, 1B with Hampton with me. You know what I mean? So, and that can go either way. But Gene T's a dog. He's definitely a dog. They definitely ran him a lot out there, Boise. A lot of that success also, you have to pinpoint their offensive line was phenomenal out there. You know what I mean? They blocked up front for Gene T every single game. You know what I mean? So you got to give them some credit as well. You know what I mean? But he's a dog. He's definitely one of them ones. Salute to Boo. Salute to Andy in the building as well, my brother. Appreciate you, man, for always pulling up. Let me know where you're going to be at here in a little while. If you want to join, my brother, I will send you the link. And you can pull up and come kick it with us for a little while today as well. Salute to Bourbon Raider, Will Johnson at 6. If we don't trade down, okay. You know what's funny, man? There's a lot of rumors out there right now that potentially Seattle can move on from Tariq Woolen. I don't know if it's a situation because of the penalties that he's had. I don't know if it's because, maybe he just doesn't like what they're doing, moving Geno Smith. I know that he was confused by that move. I believe he posted something on Twitter or Instagram, something along those lines, and was kind of disgruntled that they moved on from Geno. But if you can go get Tariq Woolen, former Pro Bowl, I think he was a Pro Bowler in his rookie year where he had like 6 picks, big body, Pete Carroll guy. I would love. Look, I'm calling Seattle and seeing, look, it seems like they kind of clean the house out there. I would call them and see if they want to move on from the 6'4" corner Tariq Woolen. That would be a phenomenal pickup. And then I would double dip and go get Za Frazier, Andy, as well. So you got 2 big body corners from the same college. I would love it. I would love it. So to Andy, Kupp is good, but he's only had 2 1,000-yard. I did a short on this as well. One of the most overrated stat guys in the NFL outside of that 1,900-yard season. Kupp has not had a ton of production. He hasn't. In 8 years, I'd much rather Diggs all day long. And from what I'm hearing, he is healthy and good to go as well, Andy. And I believe Ian Rappaport put it out there too, that he's healthy and he should be ready to go training camp week 1 and all that good stuff. So I'd also say Asante Samuel Jr. and Diggs are my top priorities right now. Yeah, man, we're going to see where things lie with this Asante Samuel Jr. I know there's plenty of other teams out there that are going to be looking at him for his services. Probably the best nickel corner left available on the board in free agency for sure. Former Charger, kind of weakened one of your divisional rivals. I'm not mad about that. And I know he's dealt with some injuries and stuff like that, but I would definitely bring in Asante Samuel Jr., man. Salute to Dylan Edwards, my guy. Hey, Graphk, love the show. Are you hearing anything about Jair? Also, how would you feel about a trade for him? I'm not trading for an often injured cornerback, even if he's a corner 1. He's missed like 14 games or something along those lines. It could be more than that. I think he's played in 14 games in the last 2 seasons, Dylan. I'm not trading for him. If they cut him, I would definitely take a flyer on him for sure, but I'm not moving any draft capital to go get a guy who's been injured a lot these last 2 seasons. I believe he's only played in like 14 games out there in Green Bay. I'm not hearing anything about Jair. I know that Green Bay would be okay with holding on to him until they can see what they can get with him, but eventually I think they will cut him. They went and got Nate Hobbs, and from what I'm hearing out there, they're thinking about potentially playing him on the outside. So I don't know where Jair will be in the grand scheme of things. Out there, they still got Keyshawn Nixon, who will probably play in the slot out there. But I don't know. From what I'm hearing, Jair is good as gone. But I don't know anybody's going to trade for him right now because of the durability. Yes, he's still fairly young. Yes, he can still be a corner 1 when healthy. But not hearing too much about when they're going to cut him. I think it's only a matter of time, Dylan, to be honest. Appreciate you on a $10 special. Thank you for the kind words, my brother. Salute to OJ. Is Nick Chubb a free agent? And if so, would you see him as a potential fit here in Las Vegas? Raiders, yes. OJ, he is a free agent. I would definitely take a look at him for sure. He's 29 years old. He has dealt with some devastating injuries, knee injury, ankle injury, right? If he is healthy and good to go, I would definitely bring him in as that veteran presence and have him be like that running back 2 behind whatever kid that you draft in this year's draft class. Love Nick Chubb, but he's not the same player he once was. You're not getting the same player, that kind of value. Because if you were, Cleveland probably wouldn't allow him to walk in free agency anyways. Salute to Rube. I seen a rumor Trayvon Diggs being a cut candidate a week ago. Maybe they could be shopping him. He had success under Quinn. It's funny, Rube, you just literally wrote this to me on Instagram, and I sent the emoji. Now, I'm in Dallas. I've not heard anything about them potentially moving on from Trayvon Diggs. I know he's dealt with a devastating injury. From what I've been told out here in the area, they're looking forward to him coming back, pairing him back with Bland. And I don't think that they're going to move a Trayvon Diggs. Could they potentially and try and, free up some money to take care of Micah? Could be, but I don't think that they're going to move on from Trayvon Diggs. I could be wrong, though. I could be wrong, but I don't see them moving on from Trayvon Diggs. Maybe he's disgruntled behind the scenes, and maybe he could force a trade out. We shall see. And I'll tell you right now, just like you said, he has success under Quinn, right? And we know that Quinn is a Pete Carroll disciple. If he does become available, I think especially if we bring in Stephon Diggs, I think we're clear-cut the leader to bring in the Trayvon Diggs. Love Diggs, gives up big plays, but he makes massive plays himself. He's a boomer bust type guy, but when he makes big plays, he makes big plays. Salute to my guy, Rube, in the building with the $10 holler, man. Salute to my guy. Man, there's nothing Steel Cage at all with Becton. Nothing. I'm not hearing anything at all there has not been a lot of stuff in the news in regards to him, period. So that's kind of telling a little bit still, Cage. I think there's some teams. I mean, don't get me wrong, Becton's going to go somewhere and he'll probably get a nice, healthy contract. But to not hear his name too much, maybe some teams are thinking that this is a 1-year fluke and that Philadelphia was a great situation for him and they unlocked that. And now they're going to try to do it with Kenyon Green, the kid that they traded for, the guard from the Texans. Maybe they just think it's a 1-year, kind of situation and they don't want to pay a massive amount of money. So we shall see. I'm going to send it over here in a second. Andy, I got you. Salute to my little bro. Said he's ready and down to jump on and talk our shit, man. Salute to 2-4. My dog, one of the my fathers himself as well, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you so much. Salute to all the new Green Dot Gang in the building because of my brother, 2-4. I see my brother Ty Davis in the building as well. Salute to my brother, man. Always good to see my guy Ty in the building. Foxdale, man, look, I would love to have Becton. I just don't know where his market is right now. I don't know. We shall see. Look, free agency technically hasn't even started yet. We still have about 30, 40 minutes. So maybe he could be the first person off the board. We shall see, right? But I don't know. You know what I mean? If you guys missed out on these 5 and missed out on these 20 that Ty, one of the GOATs himself, just gifted, my brother, man, love you, bro. Appreciate you. If you guys missed out on these and you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Definitely helps us keep the lights on over here. Ty with a haymaker with a bomb. You guys, once again, are the greatest community a guy can ever ask for, man. Ty, my brother, love you, man. Stick around. Kick it with your boy for free agency. As always, it's always good to see my brother in the building, man. Graphk, I still never saw the 3 picks in a row. So, Flores, what happened was we got 2 comp picks, Ty, my brother. Appreciate you, bro. We got 2 comp picks yesterday for the 6th, right? And all right, let me show you. I'm going to show you exactly. I know people were confused when I put it on Instagram and put it on my community tab. We now have 4 picks in the 6th round. We got 2 comp picks yesterday, and I believe it's 213 now, 214, and 215. I think originally we had 214. Now we have 213, 215. And then we have another pick a few picks later. So it's like a back-to-back situation. And I think 2 or 3 picks later, we have another pick. Let me see. Updated Raiders draft picks. I think that's the way it plays out. Okay, I'm looking right now. Here we go. So pick 1, round 1, pick 6, round 2, 37, round 3, 68, round 4, 108. Now, this is what I was saying. Okay, I thought it was back-to-back. I could be wrong then. Round 5, 143. Round 6, 180. Round 6, 213. Round 6, 215. Nah, there's another pick. They're missing one here. I thought it was 4 because we already had 2 initially in the 6, right? I don't know. But either way, we got 2 new comp picks in the 6th round. 2 of them. But I could have swore we had back-to-back picks. It's a little confusing, but either way, I think that Pete and company are going to clean up there in that 6th round. Yes, Alzada, we have 9 total picks. 9 total picks. Jason, comp picks are 213 and 215, but didn't we already have 214? That's what I was confused by. Let me see. I want to see something, man. 213 and 215. I could have swore we had 214 still. $180, 213, and 250. Okay. Chargers have 214 caps. Okay, well, I got that totally wrong then. It was a little confusing, but it looks like we have 3 6th-round picks then. I could have swore we already had 2 available to us in the 6th, though. So it's kind of confusing, but salute to Ty, man, my dog. Appreciate you, man. As always, people are going crazy here in the chat right now. Salute to Spivey, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you. Salute to the Kevin Nash of Mount Shillmore. Salute to Jose. If you guys missed out on those 5 that Spivey put out there, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Jose says, how would you rank the wide receivers and which would be a better fit for the Raiders? Diggs, Cooper, Allen, Lockett. Well, I'll say this. Lockett's not necessarily a need. You have Trey Tucker out there, and he's still, in year 3 of his deal? So there's no real reason to go get Tyler Lockett, another 5'10" wide receiver. I understand the fit because of Pete Carroll and the locker room presence, but he's not necessarily a need. So he would be at the back end. Allen would be there at third. He's 6'3". He has 700 yards receiving last year. So he's still, productive. Once again, Chris Petty, our quarterbacks coach, coached him in Chicago, coached him with the Chargers. Makes sense to bring him in. Amari there. He's still 30 years old, still productive. Last year, he kind of had a down year. Understandable. Cleveland's quarterback situation was terrible. You go to Josh Allen there later on in the season. It's going to take some time to gel there. I think right there, you kind of hit the nail on the head. That's the fit right there. Is Diggs, Cooper, Allen, Lockett. But honestly, Jose, I would put Cooper Kupp in front of Diggs, even though I don't think that Cooper Kupp's going to happen. It could, but I'd put him there because of his blocking ability, what he can do in the running game. You know what I mean? And once again, just a guy that can still be productive, even if he only plays 8-9 games, he'll give you 700 yards receiving. But in that Chip Kelly scheme, I think he would fit very, very well. Once again, one of the better blocking wide receivers, great route runner. If he's healthy and good to go, I put Cooper Kupp at the top. Salute to Jose. Salute to DeMarcus, my brother, man, gifting 5. Man, y'all going crazy in the chat right now, man. Salute to my brother, DeMarcus Webb, always supporting what we do over here. Salute to Hug D's, my brother, gifting 5 more. Man, we got about 60 new members in the building because of you guys. Man, thank you so much, you guys. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. Tiff said thank you guys as well. My beautiful wife's in the back. She said thank you to all the new members in the building. Let me see. Graphk, what do you think about Rico? I'm not mad about him. If we bring him in and he's that running back too, I'm not mad. He had a productive year last year in Dallas. He had over 1,000 yards rushing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad about that. Still fairly young. I have no issue with bringing in Rico to compete for that running back 2 spot. As long as he's not your bell cow, your workhorse, your number 1 guy, I'm okay if he's the number 2 dude. I have no issue with that if that's the route that they choose to go. Jason, my brother, gifting 10 OLV Raider Network memberships. My brother, salute. You got to come over soon, man. You got to come over soon. Tiff said, forget the 10 OLV memberships. Pull up, Jay. Salute to my brother. Salute to Sky High as well on the 5P special. You guys are going absolutely bonkers today with the members, man. Sky High, my brother, appreciate you so much. My dog. And where's the flag gifting one as well, man? Y'all crazy. You guys are crazy, man. For real. Salute to where's the flag and my brother Jason also. If you know, the greatest chat in YouTube history. Talk that talk, DDT. Yes. But right now, you guys, the only thing that we're really truly hearing around the Raiders, centered around the Raiders in terms of rumors and stuff that's going on, centered around our Raiders are Stephon Diggs out there working out with our new quarterback, Geno Smith. And according to The Athletic, we are interested in bringing in Cooper Kupp if the price is right. So it sounds like they don't want to pay him like a wide receiver 1, which they shouldn't, because at this point, he's probably not going to be a wide receiver 1. But could you imagine Cooper Kupp with Jacoby and Brock Bowers? Like, can you imagine that? Could you imagine that? Like, that offense could be fun to watch. If Cooper Kupp can stay healthy, and then you go draft another one in the mid rounds, you add him to Cooper Kupp, Jacoby, Trey Tucker. This can be a very, very explosive offense, you guys. This can be truly, truly fun, even with Diggs in the mix. If it's Diggs, in Jacoby with Brock and Michael Mayer and Trey Tucker, and then you go get one in the draft, this could be a fun ride with Chip Kelly calling the offense. You know what I mean? So, man, like, this could be a really, really good year with Geno in the mix, a guy that can we got a quarterback that can throw the deep ball consistently, right? LT, my dog, gifting one. Appreciate you, my bro. As always, love, love, love to my oos. LT in the building. Ty losing his mind. Gifting 20 more OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother is in dirty jers right now, losing his shit. Salute to one of the GOATs over here at OLV and a good friend of mine in real life, my brother Ty Davis, man, my dog. Thank you so much. Salute to all the new members in the building, man. Real talk, man. My guys are just giving up memberships left and right now. I'm seeing the chat light up completely green right now. So once again, you know, in a minute here, we're probably going to have nothing but members on OLV Raider Network. So I love it, man. Salute to Ty, my brother. Love you, bro. Salute to 4K. Been a minute, Docs, just checking in with the nation. Stick around. We're going to have some fun here. Salute to Top in the building as well, my brother. Jay, pull up Friday. Let's do it. Cigars at the crib. Pull up. Salute to my brother Top Beats as well. But it's always good to see 4K Kenny Crum in the building. Joseph, salute. Hashtag Raider Nation. Salute to my guy in the building as well. Look, you guys, I understand the digs talk. I understand that some people, you know, the attitude and so on and so forth. I honestly, I think that torn ACL that happened, you know, with the Texans and then him, you know, kind of just not being, well, I ain't gonna say kind of not being brought back to the Texans. It may have humbled him a little bit. You know, he has bounced around the league, you know, Minnesota, Buffalo, Texans, so on and so forth. He may be humbled a little bit. And if any coaching staff, you know, can keep him in check, we got Pete Carroll in the building. Breaking news, you guys, Cowboys did trade for Kyrie Lamb and a 6th-round pick going to Dallas for 2 late-round picks. Also, the Jets are releasing Rodgers today. So it's official. They will take on $49 million in dead money with the move, but sounds like he will be going either to Pittsburgh, potentially Minnesota, and pull off the Brett Favre trifecta, or he sticks around in New York to go to the Giants. So we'll cover that also as well. But yeah, Top, like you said, humble injury, right? Humble injury. This guy's an all-pro wide receiver, that dealt with a major injury last year. And I think that honestly, you know, he's been humbled by that. But we shall see. You know, he's still out there ripping and running and doing a Cardi B thing and shit like that. I'm not mad at him, man. Do your Dougie, bro. Do your Dougie. You know? Oh, shit, Andy, I'm gonna send the link over here in a second, brother. I got you. What we do on Michael Mayer. I mean, at this point, hold on to him. Former 2nd-round pick, still on his rookie deal going into year 3. Sounds like his mentals are right. I never understood, honestly, you know, the whole chatter of just getting rid of him for like a 4th or 5th round pick. I don't see it. I think that this guy could be a top 5, top 7 traditional type of tight end in the NFL. You know, once again, you guys, we have Brock Bowers, a guy that is going to be all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, he's all over the place. So, like, he's not your traditional tight end. You still want a guy that can play, you know, be that traditional type tight end on this roster. I wouldn't want to move on from Michael Mayer. I think that he could have a big year in this offense with Chip Kelly. Honestly, you're gonna see Brock lined up all over the place. Real talk, Jonathan. You don't have to announce your departure, King. This really truly in the airport, bro. Like if you want to dip out, then dip out, bro. Like, real talk, just dip out. Get the fuck. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna block you completely. Boom, 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 boom. Fucking dork. Dolph says Brock is our wide receiver 1/tight end 1. There you go, Dolph. Facts. But Q, hold on to him. I mean, honestly, what are you gonna get for him? Do you think you're gonna get a better player in this year's draft in the 4th or 5th round for Michael Mayer? And there's some teams that could potentially, you know, use him. The Rams can be looking for another tight end, with, you know, to add to that room with Tyler Higbee and so on and so forth. But for what? Hold on to him. If they move him, cool. But let me see. Salute to Santini, my guy. New member here, but have been watching your content for a while. Thank you for the Raiders information and the hard work you do. Always refreshing here, a real Raider fan. Talk and know history. Salute to my brother, man. Santini, man. I thank you for the kind words, my brother. That means a lot, man. Welcome to the membership game, brother. Yeah, Van City, like for what? Hold on to him. Why are you going to move him? Why? I seen somebody ask, I got my Michael Crabtree on today. So we're doing, look, I have a feeling we're getting a wide receiver today. Okay. And the Michael Crabtree there's a reason for it, you guys. It's because, I feel like you're not going to get a wide receiver 1 in this year's free agency class. You're just not going to get it. You're going to get that high end wide receiver 2, like a Michael Crabtree type. If you get Diggs at this point in his career, could he be a number 1? Maybe if he bounces back, from that injury. But I'm assuming he's like that number 2 behind Brock Bowers. So, who was that? Who was that number 2 guy for us? It was Michael Crabtree. At some point in time, a lot of us looked at him as the number 1 guy, even over Amari Cooper. You know what I mean? So I got this on for a reason. Everything means something around here. You know what I mean? So I'm keeping an eye on the wide receiver market today. You know what, user? The thing is this. I would love to bring in a Diggs. I would love him to bring a Cooper Kupp. But there's another name that we talked about the other day, Elijah Moore. A guy that can for sure, at the bare minimum, give you 500-600 yards receiving year in and year out. And he's only like 24 years old. He's just fresh off of his rookie deal. I believe he played with the Jets 2 years where they had a terrible quarterback situation. With Zach Wilson, and then he went to Cleveland where they had another terrible quarterback situation. That is a guy, bro, that is so young still, and he could potentially be. I don't even want to say, like, I don't want to be crazy, but he could be a wide receiver 1. He's been in a really, really bad situation for 4 years with a terrible, terrible quarterback situation. That's a guy that I can truly see being potentially that, like a future number 1 guy, and he's only 24 years old. He's not going to cost you nothing either. 1 year deal, maybe $4 or $5 million. That's the type of move. And we're already making those type of moves, right? You bring in the linebacker from Pittsburgh, 1 year, $3 million deal. You sign Eric Stokes, 1 year, $4 million deal. Like this is the kind of thing that we're doing right now. We're signing these 1 year high ceiling type players. And I don't know what ceiling gets any higher at the wide receiver position than Elijah Moore. Watched him really, really close at the collegiate level. I thought that he was going to be like offensive rookie of the year and being a guy that took the league by storm. And he just has not gotten an opportunity to do so because he's been in 2 bad situations. You know what I'm saying? So keep an eye on Elijah Moore, one of my favorite wide receivers in this year's free agency class. Let me see. Tomas Soto from what's that called, right? That's my guy. Soto's been on the show a bunch. Salute to my guy, Jason. If we get Diggs, we have Cardi B, Snatch That, Trailer, Swift. Talk. Jason Hunter, talk. I love it. But that is a name to keep an eye on. Yeah, and Lewis, I was talking to Soto on that thread because the other day, salute to little bro, Raiders.scout. He reminded me that Elijah Moore was a free agent. I totally forgot that he was a free agent. And that became one of my favorite. You know, it's funny, even if we got a Diggs or if we got a Cooper Kupp, I'd still bring in Elijah Moore. I would still do it. I think that'd be a great move. And you said Devin White, former Tampa Bay, he wouldn't cost you nothing, right? I mean, I'm not a big fan of Devin White at all, but he can add some depth to that linebacking core. And there was another player that he mentioned, Lewis, on that thread. There was 2 other players, I believe. I think there was a tackle, and there was somebody else on that. Lewis, what was the other 2 names on that list? I agree with all 4 names. 4 sneaky 1 year type deals that you can take a look at and potentially just see what they have. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, you move on next season. Salute to J Raider 07. Sign Elijah Moore and draft Jaden Higgins, 6'4" wide receiver. Geno and our future quarterback will be just fine. Talk. I love it. Brusky, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big Joe Milton guy. I'm not. Never have been. I watched him at the combine live in living color. I was there, and people were in awe of the power that he has in that arm, right? I'm just not a big fan of Joe Milton. If they went out and got him and sat him behind, Geno Smith to develop, great. If it works out, phenomenal. You know what I mean? But I'm not big on that move, me personally. Garrett Wilson, heard he isn't enjoying himself on the Jets. That's not going to happen now, Chance. They just signed his former quarterback from Ohio State. They just brought in Justin Fields to a 2-year, $40 million deal. That was his guy at Ohio State. So I think now he's going to be happy because they're going to have that rapport. He'll be his number one receiver out there. Now, I don't know what that means because Justin Fields does struggle to throw the football, right? But he has his guy out there. So I don't see that happening. But Garrett can be a number one receiver. I'm talking about top 5 in terms of talent in the NFL, given the right situation. I would love to have Garrett Wilson, but he's not going anywhere. They got his guy. Marcus, definitely, man. That's still my favorite quarterback in this class, for sure. Still love Shador. Not saying that it's going to be the right move for us now. Now that we got Geno, it's not necessarily a need to take him at 6. But if Shador ends up, with the Raiders, look, I'm going to be ecstatic. I'll be the first person to go get that jersey. I'll be lined up, ready to go. 40. No, we are not done in that secondary yet, brother. At all. We can still use another nickel. I think most of these guys that we picked up are really depth pieces. Eric Stokes hasn't proven that he can stay healthy and be a very, very productive player outside of year one. Depth. Lonnie Johnson Jr., depth. He'll be more of a special teams guy. We did get Chin, which will be a starter. Palomal came back on starter money. He'll be a starter. But we're not done yet at all. We're not done at all. I think that Pete's going to attack that position in the draft. Don't be shocked if we get another safety and we get a couple corners in this year's draft. I know they're really high on Jacorian. I know that they're high on DCAM and his potential. And shockingly enough, I'm hearing that they're actually, because I know a lot of people are down on Jack Jones. I think that from what I'm hearing, they're ecstatic to have him back this year as well. So we shall see. And I can tell you firsthand once again that Jack Jones is ecstatic that Pete Carroll is our head coach. He's very excited to go out there and play for Pete Carroll, a legend out there in the LA area. Jack Jones is from the area. He's really happy. He was pissed off about AP, but Pete Carroll brought it all back full circle for him. Carter Crabtree against KC and all white. I was at that game, Jesse. I was at that game. I've told this story a million times. I was at that game. My wife had heels on. Her feet were hurting. We left right before that play happened. As time expired, we left. We got out of there. We jumped on the freeway, head back to Sacramento. I listened to it on the radio. I missed that play. Missed it. But I was at that game. Never forget my wife for that shit. Never. My feet hurt. We got to go. Hadouken! Salute to Jeff, man. Wipe them feet, nation. Salute to my dog, Jeff Acosta in the building. Been a member for 16 months. Salute to Hug D's as well. Graphk, let's try something. It'll help us all understand our tenure in fandom for the Raiders. Chat post, your favorite Raider that you watch play. Mine was Marcus Allen and Howie Long. What say you? It's Tim Brown always. It's always Tim Brown. It's Timmy. I mean, I love watching Howie as well. I mean, that's a given. It's Timmy, it's Seawood, it's Napoleon Kaufman. Those are my 3 guys that I loved watching. It's Howie for sure. I mean, you can throw him in there. You can throw Marcus Allen. I had the honor to watch Bo Jackson as well before he went down. I love watching him play. But I'm going to go with Knapp, Timmy, Seawood. That's what I'm going to go with. Jose says Michael Huff. Yo. No, I wasn't. I was sitting midfield, literally at the 50-yard line. So my brother B, for those who remember B, who's been around the channel forever, season tickets every year. So anytime that he didn't go, or if I didn't have tickets already to a game, B would throw me tickets. And he had great seats. I went to 1 million games because of my little bros. Season tickets, but I used to go on my own as well. But he had like seats like damn near at the 50-yard line. Let me see. Salute to Jacob. Is there still a chance we draft Shador? Yeah, there's definitely still a chance, Jacob. There's still a lot of talk of potentially taking a quarterback early. We shall see. But I really have this nagging suspicion, though, that if he gets past Cleveland, and let's just say the Giants do end up with Aaron Rodgers, he could potentially drop. Spivey, Jack Tatum. See, I didn't have the honor to sit back and watch him because I'm younger than that. Jack Tatum, man, baller. Salute to Mateo. We are definitely the same age. Same for me. Cough, Chuck, number 81. Facts. Love watching Mondo. I love watching Joey Porter as well. You know what's so funny? When I was at Stu's house a few weeks ago, we sat back and watched a ton of film on Joey Porter. Stu was showing me games that I forgot that even existed. We watched that entire Raiders Redskins game in DC where we went out there and beat them at home. I think that year they were like 4-0 at home, and we beat them in DC. And Joey Porter had a massive game. I remember he had like 200 yards receiving. It was a crazy game. And I totally forgot about that game. Totally forgot about it. We watched that entire game. Lamont Jordan went crazy. Stu had a few big plays. Nnamdi was shutting shit down. Salute to JT. Keep in mind, we have some great first and second year players in that secondary with playing time, talent, and the right head coach, burners, and size. Talk that talk, my brother. Salute to JT. This is facts. Talk about Jerry Porter, you guys. Jerry Porter. I see a bunch of Joey Porters, Jerry Porter. If I got to confuse, it's because I'm looking at the chat. Let me send this link over to Andy real quick. We got about 18 minutes, you guys. 18 minutes until free agency hits. Real quick, salute to everybody here in the building. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Before I send it over to Andy, I just want to pay some bills also. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. You guys, this live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to head over there and get a 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits using promo code YouTube150. Up to $2,000, the fastest payouts in the industry. If you guys are bettors, nobody does it better than our family over at BetUS. Salute to them. Jose, Lewis Murphy, that's a friend of the family. You know, we've had Lewis on the show. You know what I mean? And we're going to get him on again to talk about this offseason for sure. But salute to my guy, Lou Murph. All right. Boom. Send it over to Lil Bro. Have him come shoot the shit. Once again, man, salute to everybody here in the building. We got 2,000 people between YouTube and Twitter. Just thank you guys so much for your constant, man, support. It means the world to me, man. Thank you guys so much. I love watching Charlie Gardner as well. Definitely. Michael Bush, another name haven't heard in a long time. Potbelly, Lester Hayes, one of the GOATs. AJ, good question, man. I'm hoping. I mean, he showed real signs of life there at the end of the season before he got hurt. And I knew Sincere was a dog from day one. Hopefully this new regime sees it too. I would love to see him on this roster and him to get a chance to contribute in that running back room. And right now, it's bare, with him, Dylan, and I'm hoping Dylan gets some real burn this year as well as that third down back. I don't know what's going on with Zeus, but hey man, Silent. This is the thing, right? If he drops, great. I put a hot take out there. I didn't say that I wanted to trade up for Travis Hunter, but I put a hot take out there because he's 6'1", he's a shutdown corner. He can give you some reps at the wide receiver position. He had 1,300 yards receiving last year, with Shedeur Sanders throwing on the football. I mean, you can get essentially a corner and a wide receiver right there. So I could definitely, I think that they would rather get more draft picks and go about it a different way. But if somehow, some way Trav escapes that top 5 and ends up there at 6, why not? Why not? I mean, you literally get your corner one and you get a guy that you can use in red zone situations, certain packages on the offensive side of the ball at the wide receiver position. I would love it. I mean, this is a guy that a lot of people think that he's like the closest thing to Charles Woodson because, he can play both sides of the ball. Why wouldn't you take him? If he falls to 6, you're taking Travis Hunter. And that's one of the most talented players in this year's draft. One of the only blue chip type players in this year's draft for sure. Oh, it's Oakland, man. Period. But I may be partial. I'm from Northern California. I grew up there. I was there watching Ricky Henderson break the stolen base record against the Yankees. I was at that game. I still have the ticket in my man cave. Like, I grew up in Oakland Coliseum. So, I'm going Oakland 10 times out of 10. There's just nothing like, Oco, nothing like it, without a doubt. And I love our new stadium. I love Allegiant Stadium. Didn't really have the honor to go to Los Angeles like that because I was really, really young. And once again, from SAC, that's a good 6-hour drive. So didn't really spend too much time, going out there and watching games, but it's got to be Oakland. It's got to be Oakland. Let's see. This is the year to trade back for extra draft capital, get those depth players who can work themselves into starters. Talk that talk. Talk that talk, my brother. Got Andy in the building. What's good, bro?
What's good?
How we feeling, man? We're a few minutes away from free agency. How we feeling right now?
I mean, there's a couple of these guys that, unfortunately we couldn't pick up. But, I mean, it is what it is. It's not like we were going to get everybody. But, I mean, overall, I'm glad we're not tied down to some ridiculous contracts like these other franchises didn't. Like, a lot of these deals have been ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Like, honestly, I don't even know how you can explain some of these contracts to – I just don't understand the math on some of this. You're paying like bottom of like average guys like top 5 money.
Hey, Andy, Merrick's getting paid Antoine Winfield Jr., Derwin James, Mika Fitzpatrick, Buda Baker money. All right, so he's a top 5 paid center. Safety now. Look at this list right here. Spill is like on the outside of top 5. Roquan Smith, Fred Warner, Trayvon Edmonds, Sherwood, who just got paid from the Jets, Matt Milano, Patrick Queen, Robert Spillane, a guy that is a one-dimensional linebacker that gets it done in the run game, but it still leaves a lot desired in the passing game. And then look at this. Nate Hobbs is a top 20 paid corner in the NFL now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I get the J.C. Horn one because, I mean, when J.C. Horn does play, he is like an all-pro corner. But it's hard for me to justify paying it. Like, it's not my money, but it's like I don't understand how they came to that $100 million number with J.C. Horn. Like, he misses a lot of football.
Yeah, but he's still young, right? He's still young, and they're probably and Carolina has to pay somebody.
See, but that almost worries me more, and that's also kind of what worries me about Eric Stokes is like, if you're young and you're having all these injury problems, like when you get older and take more hits and you play more games, like.
I got to give it to you, bro. You mentioned Eric Stokes the other day.
Yeah, I mean.
On the show, you mentioned him. I wasn't saying that you were like, go get him, but you were like, oh, damn, what happened with him? I forgot what you mentioned with him, but now he's a Raider.
Yeah. And then,
it's crazy.
I mean, I really like Asante Samuel Jr. I get it. He wasn't like the best, but I mean, he would be competing for what? Jack Jones' spot? That third, fourth corner? I mean,
yeah.
If you have Asante Samuel as your third or fourth corner, I mean that.
No, well, he'd probably be your starting nickel, right?
Well, I mean
what's on the roster now. With what's on the roster now, I would assume he'd be your starting nickel. Who's the nickel right now in your eyes? Do we even have a starting nickel?
I think you put a safety there at nickel.
Exactly. That's why I don't think that Pete and company is done at the safety position, because you could throw Polamalu in that nickel spot.
Yeah, you can. You really can. That's probably where he would do the best. Yeah, where he can really get involved and stay close to the football at all times, where he could flash his freaky athleticism.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's that what's his name?
Chin can play in the nickel too, Dyson. He can definitely play in the nickel as well, but I don't think you're paying him, $8 million per. I think he's going to be that thumper at the safety spot.
There's also the guy, I forgot what college he came out of, but he ran a 4.33 at corner and the combine.
A 4.3.
Yeah, and he's like 5'9", 5'10", think his name's like Ransall or something like that. I could see.
Oh, yes. I forgot what school he went to. Tulane, right?
Yep, there you go, Tulane. I could see that, like in the draft, seventh round, sixth round.
Okay,
I could see it. I mean, putting him in the nickel makes sense because he's not a guy that. Like it's because he's not a guy that in college he wasn't some guy that was out here getting a bunch of picks and PBUs. Like he was just a really good run defender at the nickel. Like
yeah. So it sounds like a lot of guys are hitting me up from Green Bay and asking me about Nate. They said that they're going to start him on the outside. What do you think about that?
I mean, if you decide to start Nate on the outside, what does Green Bay run a lot? More man or zone? What is their thing? I think they're more man coverage team, right?
I think they do run man. I'd have to look that up.
No, they'd have to be running zone if they have Rasul Douglas. I really don't know, but if you run zone,
yeah, you're right.
I'd assume though that, I mean, Nate could hold his own, I guess, on the outside if you're a zone primarily, but man coverage it wouldn't really work. It's not that he's bad at man coverage, but there's a big difference between playing man defense in the slot and on the boundary. So I just don't think that he's really used to that yet. I mean, he can get used to it. Nate is overall a great player. He's just
zone. Run a lot of zone out there.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be fine. But
JT says, Andy, bro, I thought you moved to Egypt, bro. Where you been?
Yeah, bro, I'm in Egypt, man.
Exactly JT, man, hey, Andy out there handling business, getting to his money, man. I love it. You guys, we are 7 minutes away right now from free agency. Once again, I'm going to ask you real quick, what do you think about these rumors now with Geno out there throwing the ball around with Stephon Diggs? And what do you think about the Raiders being interested in Cooper Kupp?
I'm good on Cooper Kupp, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like he had one historic year. 1,900
yards. Yeah.
Like that man put up like 2,600 yards, including the postseason. Like historic season. You know what I mean? So nobody could ever take that away from him. But I want to put this out there. This man had 100 targets this year and only had 700 yards. I get it. He didn't play the whole season. He played 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
But to have 100 targets translate to 710 yards, it's not that great.
We'll see. I Raider for I have him going to the Chargers as well, but the Packers are probably going to be the team to go all out for him.
And I don't know if this really makes sense. But Cooper Kupp to me doesn't really seem like a Geno Smith target. Does that make sense at all? Like it doesn't really seem like that's a guy that would fit with like Geno. Like, how do I put it? Geno Smith likes to move that ball. Like he likes to push the ball downfield. And Cooper Kupp, we know his game. He's a short, intermediate route running kind of guy. Diggs, on the other hand, he can do everything.
Yeah.
Like, and I get it. He was hurt this year, but let's not act like for 6 seasons in a row he didn't put up 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Like, keep in mind,
look, if Diggs is fully recovered from that injury, bro, Diggs is a no-brainer.
Diggs is a no-brainer. Like, and it's not to shit on Buffalo at all, but there was times where at Buffalo, like, he was literally the only person out there.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about 2-3 defenders all focused to Diggs, still putting up 1,400 yards. I get it. That wasn't, that was 2-3 years ago, but bro played in 8 games this year, already put up 500 yards. Like, that's another.
Let me catch up on these supers real quick, little bro. I think we're holding money in case we have to pick up a contract on a blockbuster trade in conjunction with a draft pick. Just signed. Excellent, baby. Salute the cheese man. We're definitely going to hold on to some money. We're not just going to go out there and spend recklessly when there's no real big major players out there anyway, cheese. So I agree with you. Got to hold on to some money. And maybe they do go out there and get in the trade market for a DB at some point. Once again, there's been a few names that we mentioned, Tariq Woolen, a few options out there potentially. If you do bring in Stephon, what if Dallas does want to move on from Trayvon and they want to pay Micah? You can take a look at that, right? So, Cheese, I think you may be on to something. Salute to Damian as well. If we had the first pick, who you taking? No trade back. It's easy to say Cam Ward or a quarterback, right? I'd probably take – I know we brought back Kuntz, but, man, Abdul Carter, man – it'd be tough.
He won't be there.
No, I'm saying if you had the number one pick, if you had the first pick.
Number one.
If you had the first pick in this year's draft, who are you taking? I'd probably take Abdul Carter.
No, I'm taking Cam Ward.
Think so?
Bro, he's 22. Yeah, I'm taking Cam Ward.
I get that. Maybe I'm just trying to set myself up for failure in the future and not taking a quarterback. But Abdul Carter right there, bro, like a rookie contract. You don't know how Kuntz is going to look, after his rehab and stuff. I would love to have Abdul Carter opposite of Max. That'd be crazy.
But you could get the Malcolm Kuntz clone this year in the draft.
Oh, so go over that. You text me. I just seen that. Who?
Josiah Stewart from Michigan.
Okay, and why do you say he's a Malcolm Kuntz clone? He's just not that great against the run, but he can get the quarterback.
I mean, he's not. Yeah, he's not the biggest. He's not your 6'3" crazy wingspan. Yeah. Super, disgustingly athletic edge rusher like all of them are now. But I mean, he gets to the quarterback. Like he is a edge rusher, like a situational pass rusher, which is what we know Malcolm Kuntz to be. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean, if you want, to use this as almost a rental to see if Malcolm Kuntz still got it and it doesn't work, pick up that man replacement this year.
Okay. Chris, I'm not putting Chris Smith anywhere near the nickel. At this point, I think Chris Smith is essentially a special teams guy. We thought that he could be something coming out of Georgia. Where we take him in the 6th round, I believe?
6 or 7.
He was a leader on that defense, won a couple national championships. I don't even know if Chris Smith makes this roster. To keep it a buck with you, I don't even know if he's even around come week 1.
He might. I don't know how they view Trey Taylor. I don't know what they think of him.
Salute to Dame, man. Bennett in the slot. D-Cam outside with Stokes or Frazier. Man, hey, you started a civil war with Za Frazier, bro. I'm starting to see a lot of Za Fraziers, man.
Bro, when he ran that 4.37, I was like, oh yeah. That's no longer a 6th, 7th round pick. You got to get him in the 4th, 5th round now.
Yeah. And we got 2 extra comp picks as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. Hold up. Hey, Trey can play in the nickel too. You're right. Trey can play in the nickel. Trey Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we see him out there getting some burn. Yeah, Isaiah, I've never seen Jacory, and I wouldn't even want to think about putting him in the slot. You keep him outside. Paper Chase says Frazier is a MJ Devonshire type. He's not starting over Bennett or DCam. I don't know, man. Za was a ball. How many picks did he have last year?
He had 6, but previously before that, he only would get like 1, maybe 2 a year before that. And I think he played in college 5 years. So he really bursted onto the scene this year, which you could look at as a good or a bad thing.
Yeah. You guys, it is official. Free agency. It is 2:59 Central. We have less than 1 minute, and we're going to start seeing shit fly like the 4th of July around this motherfucker. Salute to everybody here in the building. Boom. We are here. Let's fucking go. The NFL is officially open for business. Andy, you still got some time to stick around from work?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to hang out. We're going to kick it. We are here, y'all. Let's get it, man. I got Ian Rappaport up. I got the Jordan Schultz. We're going to keep an eye on every move, Raider-related, non-Raider-related. Stay tuned, you guys. Happy football season. We are back officially. Salute. Chin can definitely play nickel with the size and range. Facts. You can move Chin around. That's why I love that pick. That's why I love that pickup. You said Russ is visiting the Browns, huh? Huh. Okay. I love that Elijah Moore potential pickup too. Salute. Taino's in the building. It's always good to see my dog, man. So Russ is visiting the Browns. That's interesting. I mean, he'd be the starter there immediately. He would be the starter immediately. And he's working, you guys, so he's on mute right now. Let me see. He said, Browns is a great place for Russ to go die. Yo, so if he's over there, I'm assuming that Aaron is just pretty much close to signing with Pittsburgh here very soon. Taino, at this point, you know, you don't have to take on that, you know, he's a free agent, right? I mean, he's not going to cost an arm and a leg. I think somewhere around that $12 to $13 million range. From what it sounds like, he's fully healed from that injury. He should be ready to go soon. I'm all for it. He's out there practicing with Gino today, him and a bunch of other players or former players. I don't really know the names of who were all out there. But, hey, man, look, at this point in his career, I'm not the biggest Stephon Diggs fan, but I would have it. I would love it. I would love it. Compa, Andy's on mute for a reason. He's working.
All right.
So there he goes. But we need another wide receiver, right? And I mean, who at this point, you get him for $13 million. I mean, I'm not going to be mad about bringing in Stephon Diggs.
I'd even pay him 15. I mean, shit, it ain't my money.
It ain't, right? And then it makes you, once again, it opens up more options in the draft for you as well. You bring in Gino, you don't need to take a quarterback at 6, essentially. You get a wide receiver. You don't really need to look that early to go bring one in. I mean, what do you do with Stephon, though? Do you bring him in a year deal, 2-year deal, or just 1 year prove it, 2?
I'd give him like 2 years, 30, 20 guaranteed.
I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that.
If he take it, I'd run that. Easy.
I mean, no state tax. I don't know if he's going to get anything better than that on the open market. I'd probably try to get a little lower, 13 per. But
I don't know. New England might throw a bag.
Yeah, that's facts. And initially, from what I heard, I put a video out there about a month ago that he was interested in the Raiders and the Patriots. But, once again, two
we
teams.
know why, though.
It's the money. It's the money.
The money. So, I mean, I guess. But, I mean, he's coming from another – there's no state tax in Texas?
Nope.
So, yeah, so he might want to stay on that front. He might want to stay in the I'm going to keep all my money. So, we'll see.
All right, man. So, Ian Rappaport put it out there. The Steelers are expected to sign former Jets corner Brandon Echols. Sources say he could provide key secondary depth and more. Ian Rappaport, a rare quarterback visit. Steelers former starter Russell Wilson is scheduling a visit to the Browns this week. Per Tom Pelissero, a potential option in Cleveland. That'll probably be the best option that they can find out there.
He's also visiting the Giants.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they want to bring in a veteran and draft a guy. So that makes all the sense in the world. Jacob says, what y'all thinking about drafting Darian Porter? I like that kid too. Iowa State corner. Yeah,
he's one of my favorites, and I'm not sure if y'all remember X on the channel a while ago, but yeah, I mean, I know that's like one of his top guys. That's like his favorite day 2 corner. Yeah,
I like Darian Porter. You think he goes in the second round, or you think he falls a little bit further down, like 3rd round guy?
No, I think he's a 2nd round guy now. After that 4-3, I mean, yeah, I think that's 2nd round.
Sad to see Kuntz is the only one left from that 2021 draft. Once again, Kenny, everybody wants to blame, these guys that are in the building now when it's like Gruden and company set this team back mightily, bro.
Crazy.
Abram, Arnett, Leatherwood, Ruggs, and that wasn't their fault. He was going to be a superstar, but I mean Tanner Muse. I mean the list goes on. Who was Bowden Jr., Lynn Bowden Jr. Like nasty. So I don't know why this guy is in here posting we got Jalen Hurts. I don't know why. Cleveland Furrow, yeah, Jesus is king. Much respect, bro. If you put that up there 2 more times, bro, I'm about to block you, bro.
Wait, I thought Javon Hargrave already had a team.
Yeah, he's with Minnesota. He signed yesterday.
Just reporting that.
They brought him and Jonathan Allen.
That's a good D line right there.
They're not playing, bro. And they got 2 really good edge rushers. So it's going to be interesting to see what they look like today or this upcoming season. Virtual says Siobhan Revel or Trey Amos, two guys to keep an eye on for sure. He said, grab about the block Jesus. Yo, crazy. That would be comedy watching Philadelphia just win a Super Bowl and he wins Super Bowl MVP and they move on from him. Be comedy. John Simpson, Corey, he's good now though. He's looked good for. He was good for the Ravens. He's been okay for the Jets. Aaron says, sign Verone McKinley, my GOAT. Talk that talk.
Yes, sir.
JD,
Glendon
me personally,
Miller.
I like Trey Harris. I know a lot of people love T-Mac. The measurables are there. I love what he can do at Arizona. I love what he did at Arizona, but I am a Trey Harris guy.
I don't really like any of the receivers this year.
No?
Nah. I like some of the later. I like Jalen Noel.
Oh, yeah, he's a baller. He's definitely a baller. Slow motion, you guys. I thought some shit would start going immediately. We got 2,300 people in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. No updates right now. Let me see. Aaron Rodgers. While the Giants wait for Aaron Rodgers, expect a visit with Russell Wilson as well this week unless Rodgers makes a decision. Is Aaron Rodgers going to handcuff teams again? Is he going to do this shit this year? Like, real talk. If he wants to win a Super Bowl, I think it'd be smart for him to either go to Minnesota, where he could potentially get one, or to Pittsburgh. I don't even know why he's trying to play these games with the Giants.
If like just a football fan, I would like to see him in Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be crazy. Linebacker and fullback Ben Van Summeren will remain with the Eagles with the 1-year deal. Yeah, so we got fullback signing right when the ball drops. Hey, what do you think about the Niners cutting their fucking all-pro fullback?
I don't know why. It's not like they were gonna die if they kept that $3 million or $4 million, whatever that was, contract. I don't know.
You think he goes back home to Baltimore?
No, because they re-signed their own guy.
Oh, did they? Baltimore did?
Yeah, they re-signed Ricard.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that. I must have missed it.
Yeah, they re-signed Ricard. I like how Joey Bosa just said, "Nah, I'm gone."
Bro, last minute, dog.
He did them dirty.
He did the Niners so cold. They released Leonard Floyd, bro, and then lost Bosa to Buffalo in a 1-year, $12 million deal.
Shit, I mean, Leonard Floyd came up. Like he was on an $8.5 million contract, left and got $10 million. Shit.
I want to throw that out there that I said that Leonard Floyd was going to Atlanta, and boom, straight to Atlanta. Graphk diamond straight.
Hey, I don't know how far the Niners are willing to take this. Here's the thing. The Niners lost a lot. Debo couldn't stay on the field, so they didn't really lose much with Debo. I never really was impressed with Debo anyways. Outside of that 1 year, what do you have, like 1,000 and 1,000 or 1,800 or something like that? Something weird.
He was going crazy.
Yeah, he went off, but then he started.
They got wide receiver money and stopped running the football.
Yeah, but then think of it like this though: they still got Ayuk, 1,000-yard receiver, still got Kittle, they still got CMC, they got Purdy. Like that offense is still not ass. Like with Shanahan calling plays, like that's still a good offense.
And they got a couple young receivers
a lot
too.
On defense though.
Yeah. But that Shanahan can find some of those guys in the draft. I know a lot.
It's not like he found Dre Greenlaw in the first. He didn't find Warner in the first. None of Hufanga was like a 5th-round pick. In terms of investments, the only players they really invested highly in were the ones that didn't work out. Kinlaw didn't work out.
Yeah.
I mean, Bosa obviously worked, even though he's not really on the field that often. But I mean, what their corners? I don't think their corners they invested highly in. Their safeties they didn't invest highly in. Like they don't. They do well. So I mean, I'm happy to see like their fans crying, but I don't think they're gonna be horrible.
Wait, that was nasty work. Thick frame Leatherwood could swallow his man in one gulp.
No.
It's nasty work. Yeah, second round. I mean, look, they got to have one of those guys. Look, who's to say CMC is going to be available? Isn't he going to be 29 this year? He's dealt with some real injury. I thought he may retire. You know what I mean? So,
but that's crazy. I feel like it's almost crazy that I look at it like he's only 29. I could have swore like he's
older than that.
Yeah.
But they got Jordan Mason. They just drafted Isaac Garendo out of Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
This is a deep running back class. They'll probably get another one anyway. So
Malik Collins just got a little pay from Cleveland, $20 million. 2 years, 20.
2 years, 20. That's a good deal for him. And the Niners just cut him, right?
Yeah. I didn't know that Cleveland fans actually like Maurice Hurst.
I love Mo Hurst, man. Former Michigan guy. The heart came to the Raiders. I think he got kind of a raw deal with us. He was undersized. I didn't expect him to be this all-pro defensive tackle, but I mean, he played well.
He has like 9 career sacks in like 5 years, though. Is not the best.
I mean, what does Clee have? And Clee was a first-round guy, top 10.
Yeah, Clee probably had like 10.
I'm saying, like, it's nasty work. What'd you say the other day, bro? It seems like every free agency period, Clee's like a name. He's always there.
That man is in every free agency cycle.
Yeah.
Hargrave. I'm about to blow your mind. Clee has 17 sacks.
And how many seasons?
Clee had 4.5 his rookie year, 2 his sophomore season, 1.5 his third year, 2 his last year with the Raiders, and then 3.5 with the Niners, 3.5 with the Commanders.
Damn. I mean, still terrible numbers, but yeah, it kind of sounds crazy to hear it out loud. Like, oh shit. Ingram signed with the Broncos?
Did he? Let me see.
Evan Ingram? Isn't Evan Ingram like 31 years old? And he's had a case of the dropsies too. He had one good year with Jacksonville.
He did. Oh wow.
That's an interesting move for them.
I would have thought he was gonna go to the Chargers.
He went over there and talked to him. Yeah, he had an interview with them or a meeting with them. He's 31 years old. I'm wondering why these guys are paying these tight ends big time money when this is a deep tight end class. Like, I don't know why they would pay Ingram. He's 31 years old.
So I'm confused. So we had to wait until today for certain guys to be available to be signed?
Wait, what was that?
Like, today is the day that certain players are able to be signed?
Everybody can sign today. Before, it was just tampering period. You officially couldn't sign. That's why Hargrave's deal dropped just right now. Like, everyone can officially sign today.
Yeah, no, I get that. I know that today they're putting pen to paper, but I mean, like, it's not like there was guys that couldn't negotiate until today, right?
No.
Everybody was free to negotiate.
Unless there was a few players that had certain deals in their contract where they weren't freed up to do anything yet, you know what I mean? Which I don't know of anybody. I know people were talking about Byron Murphy's contract being like that, and then boom, next thing you know, he gets a massive deal back in Minnesota. But I don't think so. 2-year deal with the Broncos. So that's what he got. Evan Ingram. That's a good deal for him. What's the money look like?
There was no details yet.
Nope, 2-year deal. That's all Ian Rappaport got. I'm gonna pull up Jordan Schultz. He's like the guy now with this shit. Salute to my guy Jordan Schultz. Let me see. Has nothing yet. Steelers are still looking to find another corner. Brandon Echols played. Okay, so he hasn't put anything up for 4 minutes. All right. Once again, you guys, we are here. We're going to be holding down the fort for everything NFL free agency related. Salute to Chuck Taylor in the building. Yes, yes. We got 2,300 people between Twitter and YouTube. Get those thumbs up, you guys. Make sure you wipe them feet. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. I would not be shocked though, man. I wouldn't be shocked if we went out and got Diggs. Yep, Cup's officially available. But I don't think he's going to rush. I think he's going to play the waiting game. I just honestly I don't think there's any reason for him to go out there and rush. There's a few – if he wants to win the championship, which he already has with the Rams, I mean, I know he's going to be looking at the Packers. They said that there was mutual interest between him and the Patriots, which I wonder why.
I mean, Patriots want to –
the money.
They'll do anything to get a receiver.
Yeah. So, but we'll see where Cooper Kupp goes. We'll hold it down and see where he goes.
I mean, personally, I just think that Diggs clear cut the better option.
Yeah. McCall Walker to the Cardinals. Okay. See who dropped that news right now? Is it Jordan Schultz?
No, nothing yet.
I didn't see anything with that. And that 2-year deal has not dropped yet in terms of price with Evan Ingram. So I don't know what that deal looks like. That was the other name, Lewis, that we were talking about that the homie put up on Twitter was Jeff Okudah. And he's only, 25, 26 years old? He wouldn't cost a lot. That was a kid that was really supposed to be that guy coming out of Ohio State and really just hasn't panned out. Didn't he have a good year with Atlanta a few years ago? He had one good season, I believe.
Yeah, No, not with Atlanta. He had one good season his first year with DeMeco Ryans in Houston when they went to the playoffs.
Okay, I thought then he went to Atlanta, right?
I think he stayed in Houston. I don't know. I really haven't followed his career that much.
Let me see. Refresh. There's nothing over here right now. Talk about the Malik Collins. We talked about that 2-year deal, $20 million.
I mean, 7,700 yards in 8 seasons. That's Cooper Kupp. I don't know. I really like Diggs. I really want Asante Samuel Jr. I wouldn't mind. I remember, I think yesterday you were talking about Miles Sanders.
He got cut. Yeah, Carolina let him go.
Look, I'm going to be honest. If you get Gene T or Judkins next month, I would bring in Miles Sanders as that complimentary back. I would bring in Miles Sanders as the complimentary back to Gene T or Miles Sanders. Or Miles Sanders. Yeah, to Gene T or Judkins.
You would take a look at Sanders?
Yeah, but I wouldn't take a look at him until after the draft.
Oh, okay. So you're saying if he's still around, lingering, bring him in as
I would take him if we were to get Judkins or Gene T next month, and he's still on the market. I would bring him in.
Is that Asante Samuel's? What is that, spot track or what is it?
I don't know if he'd get that much
over the cap. I don't think he's going to get that kind of bread. There's no way.
Maybe like at the most, like a 3-year, $21 million deal.
Hey, guess who's close with his dad?
Pete Carroll?
Tom Brady, former teammate.
Oh, yeah. We got a special teamer that just got on the market or off the market. 2 years, $6 million deal for a special teamer. Kadarrell Hodge.
Kadarrell Hodge. 2 years, $6 million. That's a good deal for the Falcons. So another guy off the board. Let me see. No draft capital should be spent at all. Facts. Yeah, Asante Samuel definitely has tackling issues for sure. Let me see. But I mean, at this point, you're bringing in a guy that you want to cover. Go out there and make some some plays in coverage. We just went from a guy, Nate Hobbs, that didn't really do a lot in coverage, but played the ground game and was a great tackler. But what did that do for us? not saying that Nate's not a good player at all. You guys, I'm a big Nate Hobbs fan, but once again, I mean, a lot of these DBs don't tackle. I watched Dion not tackle. Shit, he preferred to not get dirty. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. You know what I mean? And once again, you know, that's why Nate Hobbs was beat up so damn much, because he was a willing tackler.
Yeah, he took a lot. He took a lot of hits and he gave a lot of hits.
Yeah. Let me see. Samuel isn't close with his dad though. Oh shit. Well, still a junior.
That's awkward.
Lewis, after his 40, just like Lil Bro was saying, I don't think that Nah will be available there. Initially, he could have been available there in the 6th round. He may go in those mid rounds now.
I think how I see it is like, I think if you look at Zal Frazier, I mean, it's been known that he's been one of my favorite guys, but I think before you would have to pick him up in the 6th. I think now you got to pick him up in the 4th, 5th round. Yeah. But my thing is though is that there is a chance that he may slide into the 6th just because he only really has one true year of production. Now, somebody that you probably could get in the 6th round or 5th round, Noel Williams. He's been consistently productive.
Cal, baller.
Yep, he was there at Cal.
Watched him at the Shrine Bowl. He was balling.
Corners wise, let me look at my corners. I'll say this: we are indifferent when it comes to Kobe Bryant. I love Kobe. I like his partner Melo Dotson more.
Melo Dotson's fire.
Outside of Za Frazier.
Damn, so they restructured Mahomes and freed up $50 million. But I thought that was already in play anyway. I thought they were already.
Yeah, they restructured Mahomes and Chris Jones. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Chris Jones.
Are they going to restructure Trav too? They got to free up some money there as well, right? With Kelsey.
Well, he is coming back, right?
Yeah. Najee's officially with the Chargers, 1 year, $9 million deal, $9.5 million deal.
See, but did you see that deal isn't even $9.5 million?
Is that incentives?
That's incentives. He got 1 year, 5.5 base.
Well, I wonder what those incentives are, because this guy has never missed a game. He's played in all 17 games, all 4 years of his career.
Yeah, it's very
obtainable.
It's very possible that those incentives are like hit 1,000 yards again, play all 17 games again. Yeah, catch 30 passes. Like probably super easy, but it's just they're just trying to manipulate that cap a little bit, I'm sure.
Harbaugh's gonna run his kneecaps into the ground.
Now, I'm not sure.
I didn't know that, bro. 1 year, $5 million with the other 4.5 being incentives.
Yeah, he didn't get a lot. I was trying to tell you that. I was trying to tell you that he's not an attractive free agent, like, at all.
Well, I don't think most of these running backs are in this class, though, Andy. I like everybody in today's NFL is trying to draft guys.
Me, I would have taken Aaron Jones every day of the week over Najee Harris.
At 2 years, $20 million?
At 2 years, $20 million, I would have taken it every year, every day of the week.
Well, he gets it done in the passing game as well. I mean, Aaron's a dog.
He gets it done in every aspect of the game. You know what I'm really surprised about? I don't know what Ole Miss record was in this college year. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not sure what Ole Miss, I don't know. Do you know their record off the top of your head?
Ole Miss, nuh-uh. No.
Were they a good team though?
Yeah, they were definitely a good team.
Because they really Ole Miss has a lot of good talent in this draft.
Yeah, Trey Harris, Amos, Jackson Dart. They got a lot of guys.
Jared Ivey, their defense, the other defensive tackle. What's his name? What's the defensive tackle's name?
They were fourth in the SEC.
Walter Nolan.
Shit. They got Nolan. That's a second round guy right there.
He might be a first round guy.
Think so? They were 10-3 last year.
I would
11.
have thought. I would have thought that he would have went to Minnesota in the first before they did these two signings.
I'm trying to see where the hell. Why is it taking so damn long for? I'm trying to figure out. It says in 2024 they were 10-3. So there you have it.
Yeah, I mean.
So this is the way his deal went right here. 1 year deal, 3.75 mil signing bonus, 1.5 mil base salary, fully guaranteed, up to 4 mil with rushing yards incentive, and then a base of 5.25 mil. So a base of that with max of 9. So, but once again, if he puts up over 1,000 yards, I mean, it's very obtainable. They're going to end up probably paying him $9 million.
Yeah, but my thing is that it's like everyone else would have thought that he would have been, like, I don't know. I mean, I always felt like nobody was gonna be really like. I just don't think that he's a great running back. I don't think that he's a good running back. I think he's a below average running back.
I think he's a good running back. He's not a great running back. You can't say below average, bro, when he's never had under 1,000 yards rushed. And I know there's an extra game in the NFL now. I get it. But you have to say he's a good running back. I mean, he can help in the passing game. He's durable.
The reason why I say that is just because it's like the Steelers haven't really had a good quarterback since he's been in the league, so they've had to give him the ball.
But they've also had an offensive line.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why he averages like 3.8 yards a carry. He's really like
that's crazy, bro. They gave Ingram
below average.
2 year, $23 million deal, $16.5 million.
That's ridiculous.
What in the fuck?
That's ridiculous.
Hey, let the Denver Broncos do some dumb shit. Keep doing dumb shit, Denver. Wow.
I mean, Sean Payton. I don't know.
He's used to Drew Brees and Jimmy Graham. Salute to both. Does Dylan Lowby step up and have an increased role? Not a great start, but dude is talented. Rico at a low cost. Cowboys underappreciate him. I can definitely see us bringing in Rico potentially. I do think that Dylan actually had a conversation with those guys the other day, Booth. I talked to him, and he spoke with Chip Kelly, spoke with Pete Carroll, and all I'm going to say is this. Dylan's excited, and he said the coaching staff's excited. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that means. He still has a lot to do, a lot to prove in order to make this roster. This is exactly what Dylan said. I'll read it verbatim because I don't want to butcher what he said, but he seemed pretty hyped. I can't wait. It's going to be really cool. Was just talking to Chip and Pete yesterday. They got me fired up. So it sounds like they talked to him, and he has a position on this offense waiting for him if he can get through training camp and make this roster. So I hope that Dylan is. We know that he could be a third down stud at bare minimum and a special teams type guy. So we shall see. JT's stupid, bro. Derek Carter, the Calgary Stampeders, $21,000. I don't even know who this is.
I don't know who that is. I have no idea who
Carolina
Mukum is.
I'm looking right now. Play for the Cowboys. Last year, 19 total tackles, 13 solos, 6 assists, no sack, 2 picks, 6'4". I mean, hey, he got that. You got those measurables. Pete, loves. Former 6th-round pick in 2021. 205 pounds. Not a ton of production here. You know what I'm saying? But in his career, he has 3 picks, 1 in 2022, 2 last year.
I really want the Raiders to trade down, man.
You want to trade down? I would love it. I think that's the way to go.
I really want the Raiders to trade down, and I want us to get Chip Kelly's running back in the 2nd round in Judkins.
Tim Chubb, facts. I got PTSD, bro, with those names. Now, go ahead, bro. What were you saying?
I'm saying that in a world that there's no quarterback anymore at 6, or maybe there is, because if there is, I would get Shador. But let's say that they're good off of quarterbacks. I really want to trade down, pick up safety, from South Carolina. Get Judkins in the second, and either go corner or
or
receiver.
or Jahad Campbell.
Nah, I wouldn't go Jahad Campbell.
You don't want to get a linebacker early?
It's not that I don't want to. I just feel like there's been better linebackers in the draft, and he is a great linebacker. He's the best out of all of them. But
Yeah.
I honestly, it's just the way the NFL is. Like, you can cheap out on linebacker and you'll be fine.
We've just done that for 20 plus years.
We have.
We haven't been fine.
And I could be totally wrong. I know that Pete Carroll loves linebackers.
Yeah.
We know Pete Carroll's known for his, that legendary secondary that he, constructed.
The architect, yeah.
So it's kind of hard to tell. But I mean, realistically, I would like us to trade back into the teens and either get Jahad or either get, the safety out of South Carolina.
Yeah.
And just go get Judkins in the second. Like, I could really just in my head, if you got 6'4" Palomau in the nickel, 6'3" Nick Emanwari at one of the split safeties, 6'3" Jeremy Chin at the other safety, and then you go out and you get, I don't know, 6'2". I don't know. Let's think. What's a good?
You talking about corners?
Yeah. What's a good corner that you can maybe get in the third round?
In the third, I mean, bro, do you take Zah there or no?
No way. No.
You wait until the fourth. Wait until the fourth.
Yeah, like fourth or fifth round.
Big body corner. So you're saying in the third. So the Will Johnson's, he's only 6'1", I believe. He's gone. So Rev will be gone.
I mean, if Darian Porter's there in the third, by all means, 6'2", 195.
Sky High. Kobe's only 6 foot. Kobe's 6 foot. He's talking about guys that are 6'2" or 6'2" and above.
Well, there you
I
go.
love Chris Paul, Rich. That's another player we didn't mention out of Ole Miss. Andy was the linebacker.
Chris Paul, yeah. He's really – what's his nickname? Boo-Boo or some shit?
I don't even know, bro. Boo-Boo. Salute to Spivey. Sincere McCormick, all-pro rushing title year. Talk, Spivey. Talk. Salute to J-Row. I like the outside linebacker not doing that. Salute to J-Row. Nasty work, bro. Disgusting. You're not going to catch me lacking. Not slacking on my Mac in the day, man. Not doing it. Salute to LV Maximus, my brother. Is it Pooh Paul? Pooh Paul?
Oh, yeah, Pooh Paul. There you go.
His nickname is Pooh. Huh.
Same shit as Boo Boo.
I mean, yeah, it's the same shit. That's
Right.
a bar. The same shit. It's literally the same shit.
Exactly.
Pooh, Boo Boo, same shit. That was a bar.
I wonder what teams are higher on Travion Henderson than Judkins. I'm sure there's teams higher on Travion Henderson than Judkins.
There's one team that I keep hearing that may be, and it's the Commanders.
I feel like there's two. I feel like it's the Commanders and Chicago.
I think Chicago wants to go get Gene-T there, and I think they think
No, for sure. But I'm saying that, I don't know, in a weird world that Chicago doesn't go Gene-T if we pass on him. I mean, maybe
Henderson's kind of like that Gibbs kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we know that, Ben Johnson really likes Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like Judkins. I really think he's a 3-down back. I think he's the second best back in the class. So
I liked even over Amari. You're not that big on Amari Hampton, though.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hampton. I wouldn't take Hampton in the first round. I'm sure a team like maybe Pittsburgh would. I'm sure a team like Pittsburgh maybe might even take Judkins in the first. But
I'm looking around right now, you guys. There's nothing Raider related yet. It's really, really quiet. Jordan Schultz, Cardinals are signing former Commanders linebacker Michael Walker. 241 career tackles, 4 picks, 7 tackles for a loss. Not seeing anything Raider related right now, so it's really, really quiet. And I ain't gonna lie to you, this picture looks cold, bro. I gotta share this real quick. So it's my big bro LV Maximus in the building, also gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie, Cooper Kupp look cold right here, bro.
Bum.
I gotta keep it a buck here, man. That looks kind of cold, bro. Come on.
Nah, I mean, I wouldn't complain. I would just prefer Diggs.
Yeah. I mean, even coming off that injury, I'm expecting him to play a lot more football than Cooper Kupp this upcoming.
Let me ask you something. On the offense that we have, in this Chip Kelly offense, both fully healthy, you find a way to get 17 games out of Cooper Kupp, and you find a way to get 17 games out of Diggs.
Wait, say it again? Say it again?
I'm saying in our offense, they both come into the season fully healthy, and you find a way to get, let's not even say 17 games out of Kupp and Diggs. Let's say you find a way to get 13 games. Let's say they somehow find a way to miss a month. You know, let's say you can get 13 games out of Diggs and Kupp. Who would you prefer?
I'm taking Kupp because he's better in the blocking game. Like, bro, like I'm telling you, he's a great route runner. I mean, Diggs is phenomenal too. Don't get it confused. But if you get 13 games out of either of these guys, you're not getting the distractions that comes along with Diggs. You're not getting anything. You're getting just a lunch pail type guy with Cooper Kupp. If I was promised 13 games out of either one of them, I'm taking Cooper Kupp. Because I think that Chip wants to run the football a lot, and Cooper Kupp is phenomenal in the run game. So
I think you're right. I think Chip does want to run the football a lot. I think that something we're underestimating here is in that Chip Kelly offense in Ohio, those receivers were nasty.
Oh yeah. Jeremiah Smith and company.
And my thing is that I think you need somebody that can go downfield at a high elite level. I know Trey Tucker can stretch the field, but I'm talking about somebody that Geno Smith can consistently push that ball down the field to.
Okay, but once again, what Diggs are we getting? What does he look? What does that explosiveness look like coming off of that knee injury?
But it's like we could say the same thing about Kupp. Like he's
but we're not expecting that from Kupp. He's that's not his skill set. He's a guy that's going to kill it in the short intermediate game and also provide you some outside presence, but probably predominantly in the slot, right? But also, once again, help you in the ground game. I just think if they're both healthy,
see,
Kupp is more versatile.
My thing. But that's my thing. You don't have to move things around if you get Diggs. Diggs will be on the outside. He can be lined up in the slot in certain formations, but it's not like we would have to move Jacoby out of position to fit Coop into his position or Kupp into his position. Yeah. I would like us to be able to get a guy that he slots in at a position that we need him to without having to rearrange the offense around him. I think that those days are over for Kupp. I don't think that you build around him. I think that you put him in because he's still a good veteran that can still get open. But, you know, I just don't think that you build around Kupp. I think that you don't also build around Diggs. He just provides you elite play at a position where, you know, you need it, and that's on the outside.
Diggs did not go to Baltimore, man, Dale. They signed DeAndre Hopkins. That was just a rumor yesterday about Diggs going to Baltimore on a 2-year deal. It did not happen. They just signed DeAndre Hopkins. So he goes back with this former running back with Tennessee, Derrick Henry. So
I agree with you. Kupp maybe is more – I won't even say Kupp is more versatile. Kupp is clear-cut the better run blocker.
Yes.
But I will say that I just feel like this team, this offense is more explosive and it's more dynamic with Diggs.
It is, because but also if you get Kupp, you got 3 guys that can play out of the slot, right? Like you need that outside play. You got Jacoby plays in the slot, you got Kupp that plays, and you got Brock that's going to be there in the slot a lot. We do need that guy on the outside. We do. And honestly,
we need that guy on the outside, and there's none of them in the draft besides Higgins and
Trey Harris.
Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of these receivers. I don't. Okay, we're not getting McMillan because we're not getting him at 6, and he's not going to be there in a second.
Well, what if you
So
trade back? What if you trade back and that's the move? What if they take McMillan there in the teens?
I'd be disappointed, but I would trust Pete Carroll though.
Okay.
But I would be disappointed. I don't see, and shout out to all my Polynesians, I don't see a poly receiver dominating the league.
Oh shit. Okay. Salute to J. Rowe.
I see them dominating linebacker, edge rusher, safety, somewhere where they could really, fuck some people up. But at receiver, I don't see it.
You don't see Puka and what he's doing?
Man,
I'm just saying, bro. You can't put the ooses out there that they can't go out there and make some noise at the wide receiver position. Puka's
I'm not saying that they can't make noise. They're probably the most athletic people
ever.
Some of the most athletic. They're genetically they're freaks. But I mean, I just don't see a world where you get McMillan and it just. I don't know. I just don't like him as a prospect.
I like McMillan. I think that he's a boomer bust type guy.
And I don't want that. I would rather trade back. Bro, I would rather get a fucking offensive lineman before I'd get McMillan.
I agree. J. Rose says, serious question, Graphk. Why doesn't anyone think that Jacoby can beat? Because he's never had to be one. I mean, the thing is this. Could he potentially be? He just had 1,000 yards his first time in his career last year, J. Rowe, right? And look, I love Jacoby. The thing is this. Jacoby does everything good. What does he do great?
He run blocks great, but that's not what you get a receiver for.
I'm talking about a number one receiver, right? Like you want your number one receiver to say, you want to say, hey, he has elite speed. He has elite traits. He's an elite pass catcher. Like he does everything good.
Pass catcher as of this.
No. Yeah, you're right. He didn't drop a ball last year. You're right.
So it's like it's tough.
But I'm just saying, like
everyone knows he's not a wide receiver one. That nobody is going into the game. For sure, there will be coordinators saying, "Hey, Jacoby on the Raiders, watch out." But no one's gonna say, "Hey, Jacoby on the Raiders is going to win or lose us this game." They're not like I don't think anybody would do that. I do still think that Diggs can take over a football game. I think Cup maybe. I don't know. I'm biased. I just like Diggs over Cup. That's it.
I think that Diggs is going to come back from this injury. Ian Rappaport said that he's ready to go. I think that he'll be a guy that'll play more football for you. And once again, like you said, we need that outside presence, and he'd be that.
I just feel like an offense where Diggs, Jacoby, Bowers, Mayer, and Judkins in the backfield is like a lot more dynamic than Jacoby can't stretch the field. Cup can't stretch the field. Brock, he's a tight end. He's not stretching the field vertically like a receiver would.
Yeah.
It's just like I think we gotta put a dynamic piece in there, and Diggs is more dynamic. Is probably the most dynamic piece that you have on the market. I heard what you said about Elijah Moore. I mean, I feel like if you bring in Elijah Moore, you're kind of saying, "Hey, Trey Tucker, like it's either gonna work this year or it's not."
I say this: if you bring in an Elijah Moore, your number one is Brock Bowers, regardless of anything. And I think that they're just going to try and get a bunch of guys in the building where they're going to spread the football around. It's not going to be truly that number one receiver. You're going to find Jacoby. You're going to find Elijah. I don't know. Salute to Serge. I hear you, bro. I get it. Moss, AB, Adams, now Diva Diggs. But most wide receivers are like this. If you would have traded for DK Metcalf, there was some people that said he's diva-like, right? I mean, this is what most superstar wide receivers are. I mean, it comes with it. There's not too many Tim Browns left in the world, Serge. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get those quiet, assassins at the wide receiver position that are stars. It just most of these guys.
I mean, with what Serge saying that, I'd go out and get the biggest diva in the league right now that's 25 years old and George Pickens.
Talk! Fuck it. Castro says trade back and get Golden. See, I love Golden out of Texas. He's a baller, bro. He's a baller. He may be McMillan will probably be the first guy because of the measurables and the catch radius, But I think that
I wonder who's gonna make that pick.
McMillan.
And I really don't want it to be us. If it's us, I'm going to be McMillan's #1 fan and his biggest supporter. But the second he does some dumb shit, like puts up 400 yards in a 17-game season, trade him. I don't want him.
Here's an interesting team that you may not. The Cowboys at 12.
If Gene T's not there,
Yep.
that'd be interesting because Dak has never played with a receiver like that.
Nope. Him and CeeDee Lamb. I can see that.
I could see
Castro.
that.
Appreciate you, brother. Salute to JT. Hate to say it, Trey Tucker stretches to feel more than Diggs. At the rate Tucker is progressing, he's damn near ready. We got to see more. You know, the problem was, once again, JT, we didn't have that quarterback that can throw the deep ball consistently, right? You know, we've seen the connection with Aiden, and Aiden had the strongest arm in the building. So if you bring in a Geno that really likes to throw the football down the football field, I think that we're going to really truly get an opportunity to see who Trey Tucker is this year. Definitely. But if you have a Stephon Diggs in the building, that just opens up so many more opportunities for the likes of a Trey Tucker. Salute to JT. Salute to El Chito. Trade back and grab Luther Burden, another guy that he's kind of dropping down boards. The wide receiver out of Missouri. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We shall see. Yeah, Slay, Pastor, that was already in motion a couple days ago. So, it looks like Darius Slay signed with the Steelers. 1 year, $10 million deal? Yeah, but that deal was already in play. So, we were kind of just waiting for it to transpire. So, salute to Kid Raider. What do you think about Jimmy? I love it. I love it. You know, I don't want to see Matthew Stafford get hurt. God forbid, but it would be so fucking comical, Kid Raider, to watch Jimmy G throwing the football to Devontae Adams again. Right? I mean, it may look totally different, you know, with McVay calling the shots and with that offense, but it would be absolutely fucking hilarious to watch a guy that he said was going to fucking kill him. I wonder what that's going to look like in the locker room anyway. Like, how does Jimmy G go up there and shake Devontae's hands after watching that shit on that receiver show? Like, how do you actually you really thought I was trying to kill you, bro? Like, damn, it's nasty work. But hey, the thing is, he said we need youth. Silver, we have youth. Jacoby's still young. Trey Tucker's very young. Brock Bowers is super young. Like, you need that veteran presence, if anything, in the building. I mean, we just moved a 32-year-old Devontae Adams. All we're doing essentially is replacing him with another kid that's a little bit younger, right?
Yeah, I feel like I think numbers wise, I think we're like the 4th or 3rd youngest team in the league.
Yep.
So it's definitely, we're definitely young.
He's 31. He'll be 32 in November. So he's still younger than Devontae at this point. And even last year, he didn't play in a ton of ball games. He still had 496 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns.
He played in 8 games, so he played half the year and was on pace for another 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Yep.
And this is a former All-Pro guy in 2022, almost had 1,500 yards receiving. In 2020, he had 1,500.
Just look at the production, though. 1,000.
Yeah, only outside of the first 3 years, which in the second year in 2016, he still had 900. But, I mean, from 2018 up until last year, 1,000 yards back to back. So, bro, he's still very much productive, you guys. I mean, I know the attitude thing.
He was about to put up another 1,000 this year, you know, injury struck. All right.
Oh, so, hey, that's a good move right there. Did the Seahawks sign DeMarcus Lawrence, huh? Did they? That's an interesting. They need a pass rusher.
Wow.
He's what, 33 years old? Something like that?
Yeah, 33, 34. Okay.
That's an interesting move for Seattle. They need a pass rusher. Now you got him next to them young DT with Byron Murphy out there. And JT says Stampeders trade card to Oregon Ducks for $14K. You stupid, bro. Salute to El Chito as well. I hope we avoid Gene T. Rather have an all-star linebacker, corner edge, or a QB to sit and learn. Grab a running back day 2 or early day 3. Salute to my guy El Chito.
Okay. Let's say Ward goes 1, Abdul goes 2. We're saying that we're saying that the Giants are going to pass on Shedeur?
I don't know, man. They're still right now trying to see what's going on with their veteran guys. Is it going to be Wilson? Is it going to be Aaron Rodgers? I mean,
I still think that if Cam goes 1,
which it sounds like he's going to go 1.
Yeah, so I think that if Cam goes 1, 2, I guess.
Abdul Carter.
2 Carter. I still think Shedeur will go 3. And then I think the Patriots sprint to the podium to pick their favorite guy, Travis Hunter. Mm-hmm. And then at 5, Jacksonville can go anywhere.
Graham.
Okay, let's say Jacksonville goes Mason Graham at 6. That means that Gene T's there. That means that McMillan is there. Will Johnson is there. Me personally, I'd call up the damn Cowboys and be like, hey, let me get 12. Let me get 40.
Yeah,
40 some, and throw me a little 7th round pick, or we could swap a 6 or whatever it is to make the deal look a little bit better. And I'd go down to 12, and I would at 12. You know who I don't like in this year's draft? And it's another receiver.
The guy you didn't mention was Will Campbell too. He can go there in that top 5 as well.
It's a Jacksonville.
He can go to New England. They can pick him up.
True. What I think New England.
Trav may drop, bro. Trav can drop.
He can, and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Travis.
I love Travis Hunter, but I think Jacksonville may take him there.
But I mean, at 12, if we were to make that trade and we were to go sit back at 12, I would either probably get. Oh, my bad. I switch. I don't like Luther Burden either.
Okay.
When I look at receivers coming into the NFL, I don't care about how much yards after catch. I don't care about yards after contact. I care about them routes. Like, I look at that route running. That's why I like Jalen Noel out of
he's a baller.
Iowa. Like, he's not the biggest, but he can run routes. Like, I like that because that translates. Like, that translates to every single part of the NFL game. Like, you have to get open. Emeka, it just doesn't fit. That would be another slot guy. So just wouldn't work. I just feel like if you trade down to 12 and you have obviously, I mean, guard from Alabama there.
Real quick. Lawrence got 3 years, $42 million, 18 guaranteed.
It's a lot.
Wow, for a 33-year-old pass rusher, man, coming off.
Hey, man, edge rushers are premium.
No, I get it. Salute to VL as well on the $5 super sticker. I appreciate you, family. Salute to Cheeto again. GT got more miles than a 1998 Tacoma. They definitely round him down to the ground out there in Boise for sure. It felt like every time I looked at his stats on Bleacher Report, if I didn't get a chance to watch the game, like he would have over 30 carries. I'm like, damn, they were running this dude to the absolute gravel. Salute to El Chito. Midnight in the building. I think A-Rod goes to the Vikings because D. Jones went to the Colts. I think that would be the smartest move for A-Rod, but I don't know if his ego allows him to finish the Brett Favre trifecta. If he went from Packers, Jets to Minnesota, I think that he would look like a fucking stand. My tears won't roll, they won't, then why? Oh, looking ass. Salute to Midnight Raider, though. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to John B. Screw it. Trade back and then trade back again. Laugh out loud. Get them picks. Talk John B. I appreciate you on a $10 special. Salute to Rube. Once again, man, I appreciate you, my brother. Do you guys like the day 2 quarterbacks over Will Levis? Feels like he plays like a white Geno with the mobility and cannon. Wonder what the asking price is. I don't think it happens. I think they still hold on to him. He's on a rookie deal. You know, if they bring Cam in, let's just say it doesn't work, which I think Cam's going to be phenomenal for him. But I don't know. Maybe they do move on from Will. That'd be interesting.
Are you an Xavier Restrepo fan?
I like him. The kid out of Miami, he's a baller. Definitely. Salute the Rube. That's an interesting. I wonder what that price tag would be. Former second round pick, only a year into his career. That'd be interesting to see what that would be. And you guys know I was a Will Levis guy coming out of Kentucky. You know, I like the kid. I know he threw a ton of picks and looked a little lost out there last year, but that team was despicable. Like that team was really true. So Perriman's going back to the Chargers, 1 year, $3.65 million deal. Good for him, man.
He really switched up on us.
I mean, he was originally a Charger anyway.
Yeah,
before Raiders. So salute, man. Real quick, you guys, let me pay some bills real fast. Once again, salute to our proud sponsors, you guys, over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits using promo code YouTube150. The fastest payouts in the industry. If you are a bettor, nobody does it better than BetUS, up to $2,000. You guys can't miss. Head over there, tell them Graphk Raiders sent you, man. Salute once again to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Graphk, that 15 jersey triggering my PTSD. This is Crabtree. One of my favorite receivers in recent memory. So there you go.
There is a receiver that I do like, and that's Ricky White.
Oh, love him.
Like Ricky.
And he's a good kid. I interviewed him. And I forgot. I got to hit him up. I got his line. I told him I wanted to have him on the show. And he said he would love to be a Raider. Said he would love to be in the build. He's already close with some of the guys that play for us. You know, his collegiate year, he was at Allegiant Stadium. You know, there's years or whatever. Kind of had I don't want to say a down season, but the year prior, he had a shit ton of production. He had like 1,100 yards receiving this past season or something like that.
Yeah, in 2023, he was 17 yards shy of 1,500.
Yeah, and what did he have last year? Like 7-8 touchdowns, 11 yards, 1,100 yards, somewhere in there.
Yeah. You know who's a really weird, interesting prospect, but I think it's just not going to work in the league? Is Savion Williams from TCU.
Big body. But why not?
I just don't. I don't know how that works out unless he goes to like San Francisco or the Rams, maybe the Chiefs. I just don't see it working. One of those really creative teams.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you could really line up a 6'4", 220-pound guy in the backfield and say, "Hey, run this ball." Like he's gonna get killed.
Maybe Seattle gets him. That's their DK Metcalf replacement.
But then I feel like if you're gonna draft somebody to replace DK, get Higgins.
Now that would make more sense, but it's the Seattle Seahawks. They just got rid of everybody. So, I think right now they don't know what the hell they're doing. Mikey, this is facts. Ricky is a dog on special teams too. 5 block punts in his career, I believe. It might have been 6. But Mikey, that's just facts. Great special teams player. El Chito with another 5-hour special. Hey, prayers, Daniel. Real talk, my brother. Prayers to you, bro. Prayers to you and your family, brother. Will Johnson and Graham at 6. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You said Will Johnson or no. I see that you're high on Jimmy Horn and Etienne. You like those guys?
You said I'm high on Etienne?
Yeah, and Jimmy Horn. Like I see in your mocks, you kind of sprinkle them in there here and there.
I like Jimmy Horn, even though he kind of had a problem securing the football a little bit. I watched him at the Shrine Bowl. I like him in the later rounds. If he's available, I would definitely take a look. I'm not a big fan of Etienne like that. The Georgia running back. He could be a dog. I mean, he comes from a football pedigree, right? His brother's a baller. I mean, when he's not hurt, but I'm not looking at him like that. Not that big of a fan of Etienne, but Jimmy Horn Jr. would be interesting.
Me personally, my favorite, probably the biggest, in my opinion, somebody who I also think the Raiders should get because I think it'll just work very well with this Pete Carroll system, but also somebody to get between rounds 6 and 7 is Glendon Miller, man. Glendon Miller out of Maryland. I really, really like that kid, man.
You're mentioning him a lot, bro. And he always has certain guys. So it's Glendon Miller. Who else we got? We got
Zaw Frazier.
Frazier, and there's another one, the Michigan kid, the pass rusher.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart.
Yep. Hey, real quick,
Josiah,
El Chito says Will Johnson to Graham at 6 or trade back, and I love Trey Harris's game. He's a big reason Dart has shot up draft board. This is facts. Check out Zy Alexander. I like him as well, the corner out of LSU. He's nice.
I feel like Zy Alexander is more of a name than an actual producer. I think when it comes to Will Johnson or Graham at 6, if I had to choose, I'd go Will Johnson. I think there's absolutely no need to take defensive tackle at all. But
hey, VL, welcome to South Sacramento, man. Salute to Iraq in the building. I'd rather have Cooper Kupp than a crazy-ass receiver that acts like Devontae Adams. Salute to VL. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to Sky High as well. I can't wait to finally see this starting D lineman lineup. Crosby, Wilkins, Butler, Kuntz in action. Gonna give Fitz, I think that's what he's trying to say, or Knicks and Mahomes hell all year. Sky High is drinking early today. Wilkerson, not Wilkins. Knicks, not it's Knicks, just the N. Salute to Sky High. Appreciate you, family. Salute to that Raiders fan as well. That's a Johnny Lee Higgins jersey. Talk that old school Raider wide receiver shit, that Raiders fan. Salute to my guy, man. Salute to my guy.
You know who's another sleeper at edge? Maybe he's not a sleeper because he went crazy in 2023, but it's Ashton Gelati from Louisville.
Okay.
He had like 11 and a half sacks in 2023, and I think he only had 5 this year. But he's a good guy. Like, I really like him. He's 6'2", like 260-ish.
Yeah.
But the 3 things out of edge that I like in those like mid rounds, him, Ashton Gelati, Josiah Stewart, Jack Sawyer, those are like my 3, because they all may not be disgustingly athletic like everybody else. Yeah. But
Sawyer's speed is the only concern with me is his speed. He's not the fastest edge rusher.
He's not, but these are all guys that can, I think, honestly, like, their floor between Ashton, Gelati, Josiah Stewart, Jack Sawyer, I feel like you give them their rookie season. After that, they're all gonna be like 6.5 bottom, like that. They're all like their floor is all like 6.5 guys, 6.5 sack guys a year, like their floors. But I really think that Gelati and Sawyer can be in that 8.5, 9. Josiah Stewart, out of those 3, I think can be the one that can get 10.
Damn.
But
so you really high on them like that?
I think that out of those, I think this is a really good edge class.
Sneaky edge class. And AJ, I like Savion Jones as well, the edge rusher out of LSU.
Out of LSU, yeah.
Kellenberger put it out there. Ian Rappaport, the Cowboys are in the finishing stages of a trade for Titans linebacker Kenneth Murray Jr. as the teams are swapping late round picks. That's a Cowboy move right there. Definitely.
Savion Jones, that's freaky. He's 6'5", 280.
Yeah. Yep. That's that Arden Key move.
Arden Key, yeah, exactly. That's that Arden Key.
Yep. You salute to my guy Darcy. Says if the Raiders draft one of Devin Neal, Kobe Bryant, or Melo Dotson, I'm gonna be sick. I will be rooting for my Kansas boys regardless. Salute to my guy. He covers the Chiefs for a living. Salute to my guy Darcy. Man, I know you go to Kansas, and I know those are your guys. I would love Devin Neal though in that 5th round. If you double up at running back, I'd bring him in the later rounds if he's available.
I'll try and find a way to get Judkins and Giddens on the same team.
DJ Giddens, dude, he's a baller. He's a baller, bro. If you got him with Judkins,
bro, you get DJ Giddens, and then bro, that's nasty.
Landon to be off the board, Yorkshire. Anytime we're gonna take an edge, he's not escaping the 2nd round. The edge out of Arkansas.
That is a powerful defensive end.
He's a baller, bro. He's a baller.
But you know what's sad though? He gives me AJ Epinesa vibes.
Ooh, Buffalo Bill. Where did he go to? Florida State? Oh no, Iowa.
No, I really don't remember where AJ Epinesa went,
It was
but
Iowa, I believe. I think it was Iowa. I think he was a Hawkeye. I think.
I don't know. But
Okay, Khalil Herbert to the Colts. Okay, I can see that.
it is slow.
Oh, they did sign
today.
Okay. Taino, Hammer's good, bro. He had to get a bunch of wisdom teeth pulled, so he's cooked right now. He called me all high last night and shit. So he'll be back soon.
That man Hammer and his best friend, the soundboard.
The way free agency has gone, do you think the Raiders are looking to grow through the draft? Oh yeah, for sure. Bro, Pete Carroll, that's what he does. Tom Brady comes from that New England umbrella. That's what they did. Spytech, Tampa Bay, that's what they did.
Yeah.
We're definitely, and bro, this is a weak ass free agency class, bro. Like, I hate to be the one to like really put it out there like
really
that.
Is.
It's terrible.
Is.
Like, this was not the greatest year to have $100 million at your disposal. Like,
but the thing is that we're gonna have it again next year.
Yeah, I know. But next year's even better class though.
Next year's a really good one.
Yeah, so that's a good year. That's why they're going to hold on to some of this bread and give a lot of these 1-year deals, USC, because they don't want to overspend and fuck themselves for some players that are going to be actual ball players next year in free agency. And then once again, it's a deep draft class. So,
it is a deep draft class. It's not as top heavy as it was last year, but there's really good value guys this year.
Theodore, I love Jack Kaiser, linebacker out of Notre Dame. I would love to bring him in.
In what, like the 4th, 5th round?
Yeah, mid-round, 4th, 5th. He may even be available. I don't want to say he'll drop to the 6th. He'll probably be a 5th round guy. But sometimes, teams reach a little bit, take him a little earlier. This could be like a Divine Diablo situation with the Raiders where Divine would have been available a lot later, and they took him in the 3rd, back-to-back with him and Kuntz.
Well, at least Kuntz is still here.
Oh, I love Kuntz, man. I'm excited.
He was an Oakland Raider, though, right? No. Kuntz was first year in Vegas, right?
Yeah. I'm stuck.
So the only Oakland Raider left is Colton Miller, and Max?
Yep, because now with Andre gone, Andre was one of the last ones, too.
I'm surprised that we couldn't get a 7th or a 6th out of Andre.
I mean, with that contract, I think that's the reason why. I'm not saying it's a great contract, but I'm just saying
the contract wasn't bad though. It was like what, $8 million or something.
Somewhere around those range.
I mean, no, that is pretty dog shit though. He's ass, so it is.
He's pay starter money.
Yeah.
Anthony, yes. You know what? Cole and Carlson are Oakland Raiders too. Our kickers, both our kickers, Oakland guys.
Carlson needs to go. He needs to kick rocks.
Yo, Vic says Gino's contract can happen tomorrow. I mean, it's gonna take some time. They've been probably working on it since he came over. But I can see that.
I really don't want Gino to be locked in until more than like 2027, I think, is the latest he should be locked in for.
Zeitler to the Titans. So they went and got a guard. They went and got some more line help.
I want to see where Jenkins goes. Seven Jenkins?
He's still young, man, and he could be something if he goes to the right situation.
He really can. I could see the Chiefs trying to scrape up some money to have him replace Joe Thuney.
I could see that. And they would probably turn him into a fucking baller.
And then in 2-3 years, when he's a free agent again, he'll get $130,000
and fucking suck again.
Yeah.
Revert right back to the Chicago Bear that he once was.
Yeah.
Salute to Quad. Clinch Fish Soldiers. Giddens is this year's Garendo. Neal and Harvey is the 2. I like RJ Harvey a lot too. Central Florida.
Yeah.
He's a baller. Salute to my guy Quad in the building. Jose says, I hope we get KJ Britt, former Tampa Bay linebacker. I think we may be done in the market for linebackers. I think we're gonna go get one in the draft.
Yeah,
we're getting another one.
I don't really think there's another one really out there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, who are you gonna get? Speed? Was it EJ Speed?
I tell you who I would have got. I would have reunited an Oakland Raider if he would have been out there. I would have brought back Nicholas Morrow.
What roster? Is he on Philly's roster still? Or
No,
Buffalo?
I don't. I really don't know.
Where is he? Last I remember,
But he just seems like he could fit as that will linebacker in this scheme.
he's a Bill. Plays for the Bills.
Oh, okay.
And he won,
Yeah.
with the Bills. He played for the Eagles for a minute too. And he played in Chicago for a split second.
Yeah, he went directly to Chicago after he left us.
Mac re-signed with the Chargers. CFO. We knew this first day of free agency Monday. He signed a 1-year, $18 million deal, and I believe it's all fully guaranteed as well. So he is going back to the Chargers.
Yeah.
Pro Bowl guard Kevin Zeitler to the Titans, 1 year, $9 million. That's a great deal. That's a great deal. I don't know why everybody's still high on the thought of Isaiah Simmons, man. Like, he's been a bum, and I'm not trying to kill him, but I'm just, let me say he's not a bum because he made it to the NFL level. But I'm gonna say this: coming out of Clemson, we thought he was gonna be that hybrid linebacker that was gonna be this next guy to take the game over.
Coming out of Clemson, he was in that draft regarded as like the top player in terms of prospect out of that draft.
Yeah.
I think he went 9th, but I could see it working. If our plan is to get a bunch of 6'3", 6'4" monsters, you bring them in.
I didn't see. I went to Sanjit's page, you guys. I didn't see anything about him saying Cooper Kupp to the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't even.
I'm gonna have to dip.
Go ahead, brother. It's all good.
I'm gonna catch up with y'all. I might still play the chat here and there, but yeah, man.
All good, brother. I appreciate you for pulling up, bro.
All right, chat. Y'all be safe out there.
My dog. Salute to one of the GOATs, my brother Andy, for pulling up as always. Salute, you guys. We are almost 2.5 hours in. Still not a lot of motion out there day one with free agency open, but we're sitting here waiting. He said Cooper Kupp entry. Yeah, but that came out a while ago. The Athletic reported that we had interest in Cooper Kupp from the jump. I believe somebody asked Vinny B, who has ties to the Rams, he used to work for him in LA, if we're interested, and he said indeed, or something along those lines. Indeed. So yeah, but we're going to still play the background and see where that is. I think we don't want to overpay Cooper Kupp because of the age, because of the durability, but we're definitely in on him. But I don't think that Cooper Kupp's going to take his time and field some offers. Man, I had high hopes for Eric Kendricks, JP. I truly did, bro. I thought he was going to be one of the ones at the NFL level. Kendricks is a former UCLA linebacker, right? Used to love that kid. I thought he was going to be a stud. He had a pretty good couple years with Minnesota, I believe. Let me see where he is right now and what his market value is. He's 33 years old. I mean, you're not really going to get a ton from him. You know, he played for the Cowboys last year, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 picks. He's still pretty, former second-round pick, still productive. I heard his name yesterday, though. I could have swore something happened. What was it, Eric Kendricks? Yeah, Jamal Adams. No, you guys. This guy he was literally, have you guys ever seen the movie Replacements with Keanu Reeves? Literally, like, that's who he was with the Detroit Lions last year. They had nobody else to put on the football field on the defensive side of the ball. So they had to go hit the streets, and they went and grabbed him. He is cooked. I don't see him making another roster. There's no reason to even look at a Jamal Adams. Devin White, I'm going to be real, coach. From what I've seen from him, I don't know what you guys see. I don't think he's a great cover linebacker at all. I'm not a big fan of Devin White. Never really have been. I know a lot of people think that we should have drafted him over Cleveland Furrow, which probably would have still been the better move because Clee didn't work out. But, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Devin White. Shaq's just up there in age, Ant. I would love, my Sacramento bias would definitely love to have Shaq Thompson in the building, but he's up there in age. There's a reason why, Carolina allowed him to move on. Let me see. He said, Jamal, if you're trying to get to the top 3 in next year's draft. You know what's crazy, AB? We're saying that Devin White is past his prime. That's what you're saying. He's 27 years old and he just turned 27. So he's still fairly young. You know what I mean? So it's crazy to think that a 27-year-old linebacker is past his prime. He hasn't really been in the NFL that long. He just has not been great by any means. I would love to bring on Shaq. Definitely, man. Always love to add some, Sacramento flavor into the mix on the show. Would love to have Shaq on. Love Shaq Thompson. Love all those guys. Love Eric Armstead. All my guys from Sac. You know what I mean? Cam Scatterboo, Elijah Badger. I've been talking to Elijah Badger, the Florida wide receiver, a lot behind the scenes. Probably bring him on soon, or probably after the draft, wherever he goes. But would love it. Silver Surfer, my dog, appreciate you, bro. It's real simple. They can't roll coverages to both Bowers and McMillan. Don't overthink it. Tucker's going to be running free and add Bashul Tootin and his 4.32 speed. Salute to my guy, Silver Surfer. I'm just not – I don't know what it is, Silver Surfer. I'm not here to act as though like Andy with McMillan. I'm just not that big of a fan. I'm just not. Just not. I know, the measurables. I know the catch radius. I know some of the phenomenal plays he made out there in Arizona. Some of those practice film, plays, catching the football, going under the legs with it and shit. I feel like it's a boom or bust pickup. We can't afford to mess up this 6th pick. Let me see. No, I'm going to go buy some more. Give me a minute. Here's a question. What the hell happened to Drew Sanders? Injuries, I believe. He hasn't really translated at the NFL level going into Denver out of Arkansas. We were really, really big fans of Drew Sanders, a linebacker, converted edge rusher, or whatever you want to call him, play the edge, play linebacker, but went to Denver and kind of just disappeared. But I know he's dealt with some injuries and stuff, I believe, as well. Let me see. JM says Carroll's not big on receivers. I mean, he's had some great receivers. JM, I mean, Golden Tate, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson. I mean, well, when did Jackson go? I think he came in the year after Pete, right? But either way, I mean, you can't say that he's not high on receivers. He's had some phenomenal receivers out there in Seattle with his time out there. Let me see. Raider Nation for life. People may disagree with me, but I'm taking Gene T over Graham. Doug Baldwin as well. There you go. Primos. Van City Facts. Another guy. Percy Harvin Biff. There you go. A ton of playmakers at the wide receiver position. I'm going Gene T though. I like Mason Graham, but we just gave Adam Butler a 3-year deal. He returns. Tyree's going to kick outside, kick inside. He'll give us some reps at DT. And this is a deep class at the defensive tackle position. So I wouldn't go out there and take Graham so early when you can get a potential starter from the 2nd round to that 4th round. Go get you a defensive tackle in the draft. It's a deep defensive tackle group. So and it is a deep class at the running back position too. So maybe my argument kind of sounds crazy, but I just think that Gene T could potentially be that guy that Pete Carroll covets at the running back position. I know a lot of people think he's undersized, 5'8", so on and so forth, but that guy's a stud. He's a stud. I think that he becomes a top running back in the NFL in year 1. Honestly, like in year 1, I think he becomes a top 5, top 7 running back in the NFL in year 1. Potentially top 5. That may sound crazy with Barkley and CMC and Derrick Henry, but he could become one of those guys. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, once again, you guys, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. This live stream is powered by BetUS. Make sure to head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits using promo code YouTube150, up to $2,000. Fastest payouts in the industry, you guys. If you are a bettor, nobody does it better than BetUS. Once again, salute to our proud sponsors. They're going to get like 7-8 reads today because of how long this live is. But once again, salute to them. Yeah, Percy was a dog, man. City coming out of Florida. Dude was a stud. Let me see. Salute to Will Raider Laker from the 916, my hometown. The Realest Raider YouTube channel. End of discussion. Should have never been a discussion if there was one. Salute to you, Graphk, all the way from Iraq. I appreciate you, my brother. That means a lot to me. I am in no competition with anybody on YouTube. I'm only in competition with myself. I'm just trying to get better every single day, doing this. So I appreciate you for the kind words, my brother. Thank you so much. Salute to my hometown, Sacramento in the building. Salute to Jeff as well. I'll take Docs over GT, T-Mac, and Shador. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. Appreciate you, Jeff. Let me see. Get some comments in, you guys. Get some comments in while we wait and play the waiting game here. I'm looking right now. Boom, boom. Looking. There's no updates here on Twitter at all. Not seeing anything from Ian Rappaport. Not seeing anything from Jordan Schultz at this point. It is slow motion day one free agency in the NFL. It's actually kind of crazy how slow it is right now. Sources, free agent safety Juan Thornhill is headed to the San Francisco 49ers for a visit with the Niners on Thursday. 6-year veteran, spent the last 2 years in Cleveland and has 8 career INTs and 74 NFL starts. Other than that, we just talked about it. Still only 26 years old. Kenneth Murray Jr. had 95 tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 1 pick last season for Tennessee. Former first-round pick lands with the Cowboys in a trade, and it looks like they're going to be swapping some late-round picks for him. So that's a good pickup. That's a good pickup. And then we talked about DeMarcus Lawrence, reached an agreement, 3-year deal, big-time deal, $18 million guaranteed, I believe, for the aging edge rusher who spent the majority of his career in Dallas. I think he spent his entire career in Dallas, actually. Let me see. Solid? No, not at all. I would not want to bring him in to be the free safety at all. I'd rather have Palomau is the free safety over trying to have Isaiah Simmons come in and be the free safety. No, sorry, Bob. Still got Trey Taylor out there that can give you some reps. If you want another free, go get one in the draft. If you want to add another free safety in the mix, go get one in the draft. Dan, I honestly don't think that Chris Smith's going to make this roster, bro. Honestly, I don't. He's kind of just been sticking on this past year or so, and he hasn't really performed well at all. Let me see. Graphk, what corner would you sign? Gilmore's up in age, up there in age. He had a pretty good year with Minnesota last year. Rasul Douglas, an interesting name that we had a couple years ago and ended up cutting him, and he went out to Green Bay and had a really good career for them. Mike Hilton's available. That's a name to keep an eye on. Fuller. I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, the only one on this list that I would look to bring in is Asante Samuel Jr. because he could be a starter. I think that's the only guy that I would take a look at here at this point in this, with this roster. Samuel can be the only starter here. I think you meant Justin Graphk. What you mean? What you mean? Thomas Harper still on the roster as well. Raider K, this is facts. And some beat writers were saying that the Raiders are high on him. So, and I'm a Notre Dame guy. I just don't really see the connection there. Oh, Justin Simmons. Oh, I talked about that yesterday. My apologies. I thought that you were talking about going to get Isaiah Simmons and convert him to a free safety. I'm like, what are we doing here? No. He's just getting up there in age, you guys. And he had a down year in Atlanta. He's starting to, father time catches up to everybody. He got low-key cooked out there in Atlanta with Jesse Bates as his sparring partner at safety. So I wouldn't look that route. I don't think he has it anymore. He's not the same guy he once was out there in Denver, where he was just a phenomenal athlete. Bosco, I got to disagree with you, brother. I have to disagree with you. I got an opportunity to watch Shiloh at the Shrine Bowl, close up, talk to him a few times. He's going to be a UDFA, I think, unless whatever team takes Shador drafts him in the later rounds to kind of just make him happy to have some, familiarity wherever he goes. But I don't think that he's going to be a starter at the next level at all. Free safety, strong safety. I just don't see. He's undersized. He's, he deals with a lot of injuries because he's a hard hitter. I don't see it. I don't see it. And I didn't know Shiloh didn't run a 4.3, did he? Where'd you see that? Because I know he didn't get an invite to the combine. Was it his pro day? Did he already have his pro day? Which I didn't think that he already had his pro day. When did he run a 4.3? And I've watched him closely. Like even at the Shrine Bowl, he didn't seem that quick. Let me see. .40 time. Hits personal best 40-yard dash. Let me see. Ran a 40. Ran his fastest 40. Continuous work to excel at the pro day. I'm trying to see. There's no number on it though? What's the number on it? It's not saying anything in terms of what he ran. It just says his personal best 40. This is a weird article, you guys. His personal fastest 40-yard dash, and there's actually no number tied to it. On his vlog, okay, a 4.39. Well, I mean, honestly, Bosco, and this is not me trying to stir up any controversy and shit like that, but if his vlog, right, and he's releasing those numbers, he's kind of dictating where, he sees that he's dropping down boards. He didn't get the invite to the combine. I got to keep it a buck here. This sounds like he's trying to promote himself a little bit with the fake 40. And that's no knock, but this can be the Dion special, the media special. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anyone says that he ran a 4.39, it's got to be just them. You know what I mean? I don't see that. So, yeah, to me, that sounds like a Sanders special right there. Let's build up some, some excitement around Shiloh going into the draft. Tony, I'm not a fan of Joe Milton. Honestly, I'm not. If they go get him and they sit him behind Geno, I'm not mad. Develop him, that's cool. I'm just not the biggest fan of Joe Milton. That sounds more like it, Joseph, a 4.58. And you would hope that one of those guys could be, right? We took Tommy Eichenberg, in the 5th round, or was he a 5th? I know Bernie was a 6th out of Florida the year prior, and he kind of showed some signs of life for us last year. He's a physical specimen, but we shall see. We shall see. Remember, you guys, this new regime, Graham's still in the building, but this new regime really has no ties to Tommy Eichenberg. They have no ties to Amari Burney. They have no ties to Ferrari, but former 5th, former 6th round picks. I just don't know, what this regime thinks about with them. Yeah, Rob Leonard's still in the building. Yeah, some of those defensive coaches were retained. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. We'll see. I like Gaynor. You guys know that. I was beating the pavement for him to make this roster. The UDFA out of North Carolina. I was a big Amari Gaynor fan, coming into the draft. I was actually truly, really happy that he made that 53-man roster. But once again, what is this new with Pete Carroll in the building? What does he think of him? We shall see. Hopefully he gets some more burn. He looked good in preseason. He looked really good in preseason. He looked like a stud. Hey, Graphk, can you give a shout out to Jenny Tolles? Both longtime watchers. Let's go Raiders. Just win, baby. Salute to my guy Steve and salute to Jenny. Yes, most definitely. Raiders. I appreciate you, brother, on the $5 special. Salute to Steve. Salute to Jenny. And salute to everybody already watching here in the building. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed yet, what are you guys waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of people in the chat are asking about Wasted. He is officially on vacation. Him and his wife, they are somewhere on a boat in like Jamaica or some shit. So anyone asking about Wasted right now, you guys, he is gone. He's out of here. So you see, I said Jenny, right? I didn't do the toes. Well, I did say it the first time, right? Jenny Toes. I said Jenny the second time. I caught it in real life, and then I just said Jenny the second time. I hate y'all, man. I can't stand you guys, man. I'm about to get out of here, dude. I hate y'all. I hate you guys. Salute the Rube. No matter if he ran a 4.39 or not, he's not a 4.3 type player. Tape don't lie. He hits hard, but is one of the worst tackling safeties on tape. He can't cover. Talk. Salute the Rube. Salute the Junior. I hate y'all, man. I hate you guys. Yeah, Wasted to be back next week, you guys. He will be back to cover everything Raider related. So you got to deal with me this week. Is our brother Wasted is out there living life somewhere on a beach, kicking it. So let me see if there's any updates here, you guys. Ian doesn't really have anything on his Twitter, on his end on Twitter. I'm trying to see what the deal is done and agreed to. So the Kenneth Murray Jr. deal is done. We talked about the Kevin Zeitler deal, 1 year deal, $9 million with Tennessee. Khalil Herbert, 1 year deal with the Colts. Not a lot of real big moves right now being made in the NFL this first day. So I think realistically, you guys, a lot of those deals that we heard about Monday are just all starting to kind of come into fruition now. They're all starting to be finalized. So that's truly like really what's going on right now is a lot of those deals are getting finalized, pen to paper, and then you'll start hearing this second wave and third wave soon after. But a lot of these guys, Khalil Mack, deal done. Darius Slay, deal done in Pittsburgh. A lot of these deals that were reported Monday are the first ones off the board here. So just remember, most of these deals that we talked about Monday are the deals that are being reported to be done today. Yes, I would, Silent. People know me. They know that Tariq Woolen was one of my favorite corners in that draft when Seattle took him. That's one of my favorite. I was so pissed that we ended up with Zeus instead of Tariq Woolen. I was pissed. That is one of my favorite corners in that draft. Then he goes on to have a phenomenal year his rookie year with Pete Carroll out there, 6 picks, Pro Bowl season. Hasn't really been the same since his rookie year, but he's still young. I would definitely send a 5 right now to Seattle for Tariq Woolen. 6'4", big body corner, the type of corner that Pete Carroll is just phenomenal with. So definitely. Salute to Jeff, man. Yo, fam, just moved from SAC to LV. Hope to meet you at the J Lot, my G. Wasted has the gout. This is facts. He definitely has the gout. Factory outlet. He definitely has the gout on both feet. Both them shits. Both of them. I heard he has it in his elbows, too. I didn't even know that shit was possible. But from what I heard, Wasted has gout in 2 feet and the back of his elbows, the back part. From what I heard. So, salute to my guy, Jeff, man. Definitely be out there this season, bro. We'll definitely link up at one of those games, man. I appreciate you, brother, on the $5 special. Real talk. William, it's still early. It's still early. I mean, look, the first move that we made outside of Palomar was going to get Alex Kappa. So we added a guard, a guy that's started a ton of football games in his career, right? In Tampa and Cincinnati. So, I mean, we did address the offensive side of the ball, but we will get one of these veteran receivers, Will. We're going to get one. We'll potentially bring in a veteran running back, one of these guys. I don't know who it will be, but it's day one. We're only at, a couple hours in, an hour in the free agency. There's time. We're definitely going to add to that wide receiver room. And, with the reports of us being high on Cooper Kupp, now that he was cut and, Stephon Diggs out there warming up with Geno Smith. I think they're in Vegas or somewhere. I seen some palm trees in the back, right? So, hey, we're definitely going to bring in some offensive firepower this offseason in free agency for sure. I expect them to really build up that offense in the draft, though. Yeah, and once again, there you go, Dominique. And we went and got our quarterback, right? That's the biggest deal was going to get your wide receiver. Your quarterback one. So yeah, you got a starting guard in Alice Capel who's played a ton, started a ton of games, and you got Gino, a 2-time Pro Bowler, and a club foot. Ty, facts, bro. Both them shits. Both. Salute to my guy. Yes, man. Prayers to my big bro AP. I know he's been dealing with some health issues. I know he was at work the other day and had a seizure, I believe. So yeah, man, salute my bro. I reached out to him, and prayers going out to my brother AP9, Northern California legend and family of mine, man, in real life. Salute to AP. Let me see. Deshaun said a vet, but not Cup or Diggs. Honestly, I mean, realistically, bro. Oh yeah, we got Jordan Meredith back in the building too. 2-4 facts. A starting level player on that O-line. Honestly, look, I'm not here to throw any shade on Tashawn. I love what him and Vinny, those guys do. I think they do phenomenal work, in their respective, careers. Great journalism over there. But honestly, I mean, what is that? The main word in there, Mike, is probably. Right? Probably. I mean, and the Athletic was the first one to put it out there that we would be interested in Cooper Kupp. So that sounds kind of conflicting there, and honestly, I don't think any of these guys truly know what SpyTech and company is going to do. I spoke to one of SpyTech's really close friends, and I'm not going to put his name out there, but I met him at the Shrine Bowl. He's a good guy. We talk all the time now, frequently. Good dude. And he told me straight up, SpyTech's a silent assassin. He doesn't really speak too much. A lot of people don't really know about the moves that he makes. He doesn't really let a lot of people know what the hell's going on with him. Doesn't leak shit. He kind of keeps shit under wraps. So I'm not expecting too many people to truly know what SpyTech and company are doing. Honestly, I don't. And this is a guy that's close to SpyTech, that knows him personally, that is not just business partners, but friends. You know what I mean? So I don't think that too many people truly know what direction Spy and company is going to go in. You know what I mean? And that's no knock to Sean or Vic or Vinny, any of those guys. I just don't think that really anybody really truly knows what's going on in the building. Let me see. Coach, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I don't think that Najee Harris was necessarily a major need. This is a deep class in the draft. You don't have to overpay for a running back. And if you do, was Najee the right move? We shall see. We'll see what he looks like out there with the Chargers. I'll tell you this, they got a better O-line out there than they do in Pittsburgh. They got 2 phenomenal tackles, and they're building up those guard spots. They have Zion Johnson and company, so he'll be running behind a better O-line. We shall see. We'll see him twice a year now. We should trade for DJ Moore. Income style, I don't see them moving on from Moore at all. Now with Ben Johnson in the fold, I think that he's gonna allow DJ Moore to feast. That's gonna be like his new, St. Brown. That's gonna be his new number one option out there, even with Roma Dunzy in the building and Cole Kmet at tight end. That's gonna be his guy. Yeah, man. It's time to go get our Bobby Wagner. Sideline to sideline guy that can do it all. Let's see. Jorge, this is facts, bro. Nasty. 2 really good edge rushers, 2 phenomenal defensive tackles with Jonathan Allen and Hargrave. Nasty work. I just think that they overpaid some of those guys. But hey, they're going all in. When you're going all in, you got the money to do so. Now you have a quarterback on a rookie deal. Got to spend the money somewhere, right? And they loaded up on the defensive line. Not mad about it. I'm not doing that. I think you lose the better player in that deal. You send your starting tight end and Michael Mayer to Joe for a backup in Joe Milton, and you're throwing a 6 in there. I'm not doing that at all. No, Raiders guy. And to be honest, I wouldn't be against adding him as a rotational guy. Him and Max are like this. Von is from the Dallas area. Max grew up out here in the Dallas area. Some people, because he was born in Michigan. He went to high school and shit out here in Dallas. His mom and dad still live out here in the Dallas area. Him and Von are locked in. I wouldn't be against them bringing him in as just a rotational guy at this point. It looks like he still wants to play ball. He's not the same Von Miller he once was. Buffalo let him go, and they went and got Bosa, which is kind of interesting to me because Bosa's injured a lot. But at this point, if you can bring in a proven, all-pro talent that's won 2 Super Bowls with the Rams, with the Broncos, as a rotational guy, I would do it. Could you imagine Von Miller out there with Max on one edge, with Malcolm Kuntz out there as well? That'd be fun to watch. Let's see. Talk that shit, Fox. Talk. Yeah, Sean, I like Jay Higgins a lot. Like that kid a lot. Yeah, we got Tyree. Jers, I understand that, but you can still bring in another guy because once again, Tyree can split reps from the outside and in the interior of that D-line too. And this is only if we don't bring Chasen back, you guys. If we decide on not bringing the younger former first-round pick that looked well for us, looked really good for it. He had like 4.5, 5 sacks last year for us. If you don't bring back Chasen, I would like to bring in a guy like Von Miller, leader, winning pedigree, future Hall of Famer. Why not? You know how much Malcolm Kuntz would learn with Von Miller in the building? It'd be crazy. Most no. There's already rumors that the Niners may bring him back, may bring Raheem back out to Santa Clara. I agree. Dion, I think that Jahad Campbell could be that next best sideline to sideline linebacker in the NFL, in the next year or so, for sure. So, hold on real quick, you guys. Boom. I'm looking. I want to see what his production was last year. Salute Devon. I want to see what Aziz did last year. 6 sacks, 12 solo tackles, 6'3", 240, former Georgia standout, second-round pick. Played on the bad Giants team last year. He's dealt with some injuries, though, right? I could have swore he's dealt with some things. Looking right now, he played in 11 games last year, has 6 sacks. The year prior, played in 11 games, 2.5 sacks. The year prior to that, played in 7 games, had 5.5, and had 8 his rookie year in 17 games. It's clear he can get to the quarterback, Von, but it looks like injuries is like who's keeping this guy off the football field. Hasn't played a ton of football. Looks like he misses a ton of football. That'd be interesting, though. Another, a guy you can rotate in and out. Still young, just coming off his rookie deal. I want to see what those injuries are, though. What has he dealt with? I'm trying to see. Salute to everybody here in the building, as always, you guys. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, what are y'all waiting on? Hit that subscribe button. So he's dealt with toe injuries, ankle injuries, hamstring injuries, all across the board. He's dealt with a lot. Yeah, hamstring, quad, ankle, calf. Wow. I didn't see that. I didn't see Von Miller sign a 1-year deal with Denver. It would make sense for him to go back to where it all started and end his career there. But I didn't see that. Surfer Wagner signed with the Commanders, brother. I'm going back to the Ian Rappaport, see what's going on over there. Nothing over there. Go over here, Jordan Schultz. Hit the refresh button. Nothing over there. It's really, really slow. It would be the day that we decide to go live, you guys, for a bunch of hours and nothing goes on. Nasty, disgusting work. Salute to Mondo with that content. My guy. Moving over Miami, bro. Salute the Ridge. Real ones know. Lewis, I'm not against bringing in Devin White as a guy that can add some depth to that linebacking group. I'm not against it. I'm just not a big fan of him. Jose, I think the Raiders do go after Cooper Kupp. I think that they kind of put fillers out there and see what it is, but I think that Kupp goes to a team that is already a contender. I think Green Bay is a team to definitely keep an eye out for Cooper Kupp. And if he wants the bag, it's New England. You know, maybe he goes up to Washington and plays for the Seahawks. They can use another receiver right now, opposite of Jackson. But we're definitely going to throw some fillers out there and see what it is. I think he'd be phenomenal in Chip's system. That's a good question right there, Mark. Maybe a trade is in the works. Maybe. If we were going to do anything in terms of a trade, what do you guys think that would be? Do you think it'd be for a corner? Do you think it'd be for a corner? Could be a player that's disgruntled with their own respective organizations, like the Jair Alexanders of the world. I mean, who would it be? Rube mentioned potentially Trayvon Diggs. Maybe Dallas wants to free up some more money. The way Bland played for him, they got another guy that looks like a corner one for him. Had fucking like 5-6 pick sixes, right? Maybe they do that. Maybe they move him. I mean, like a glove. We're definitely, I mean, bro, look, you guys know I got super love for Unc. But yeah, I mean, bro, this is the time where you're going to do all that. You're going to look at trades. You're going to look. It's easy to say this kind of stuff. They're potentially looking at trades. Yeah, we're looking at trades. This is the time to do it. The NFL just opened back up. So you're going to test the waters with everything. Trades, free agency. I mean, come on, man. Nobody's really landing on Plymouth Rock with some of these takes. And honestly, when you throw every single scenario into the universe, at some point you're going to hit on something, right? You know, I seen articles over there with Derek Carr was going to be a Raider again. I mean, shit, you know, you throw every single scenario at the wall, one of them shits is bound to stick. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it's the offseason, and this is what we do. We talk about every situation that could potentially happen. You know, that can be, man, that's a good move for the Eagles. Young, bruising running back that's healthy now, missed, I think, all last season. That can be a mean thunder and lightning with him and Saquon Barkley. Facts. That could be a cold little 1-2 punch out there. They just lost Gainwell, I believe, to the Steelers. That can be a nice little move. Ooh. Man, Howie Roseman, man. Holy shit, dude. This dude always finds ways to make these sneaky moves. He's only 26 years old, you guys. 18 touchdowns in his career. I remember watching this kid at Boston College just absolutely ball. That's a nice little sneaky move with them. Ty's stupid. Extra body for the tush push, bravo. Facts. Bourbon says, Graphk, if Ward and Sanders and Carter are all gone, who are you picking at 6? No trades? So Shador's gone, Cam's gone, Abdul Carter's gone. And so you're saying that Trav is available, Bourbon. You're saying that Trav is available at 6. I'm taking Trav. I'm taking the unicorn at 6. If those guys are gone and you're saying that all the other guys are available, I am taking the unicorn himself, Travis Hunter. Let me see. Jamar Chase might be worth 3 first, to be honest. Shit, at that point, if they move him for that much, Burrow's going to be asking for a trade too, and then that's what, another 4 or 5 first round picks. 24, yes, Gallup did come out of retirement. So he's going to be looking for a new job here elsewhere very soon. He's off the retirement list with us, and he's a free agent. Do you think Cheetah is going to be traded? He was not happy at the end of no, Dolph. I don't think so. I think he's going to stick in Miami. Maybe he could be a trade deadline, move. I think Miami holds on to him until they see where they are in terms of, win-loss next year. And if they're like shitting the bed, I think that he'll be a guy they move at the deadline to a potential wide receiver needy team that's going to go on a playoff run. So, salute. We got 2,500 people still. If we hit this 3-hour mark, you guys, and nothing happens yet, I'm going to get out of here, go eat some food, get right, maybe get a quick workout in, and then we'll double back once some moves start moving and shaking. Right now it's slow. I think once again we're kind of waiting on this Geno Smith move. Once we sign him officially and give him an extension, and then we'll kind of see what kind of money we have left. Then we'll kind of that'll kind of dictate where we go here very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But once again, if there's no moves here in the next 10 minutes, we'll pull off for a little while. We'll come back and we'll shoot the shit. J-Ro, no, I don't think we sign a fullback, to be honest. I don't. Jose, I'm looking at wide receivers in the draft, but if we're looking at a veteran one, there's already some smoke around Stephon Diggs. There's some smoke around potentially bringing in Cooper Kupp. I love Elijah Moore. He's still only 24 years old, coming off of his rookie deal. Elijah Moore to me is the move. A guy that you can bring in for like $4 or $5 million, 1-year deal. He was really, really, really phenomenal coming out of college. Ask DK Metcalf. He knows a lot about Elijah Moore. That dude is a stud. I would definitely bring him in on an inexpensive deal and add him to that wide receiver room. Once again, he was in a shit situation back-to-back. Jets 2 years, Browns 2 years. I would love to bring him in on like a $4 or $5 million deal for 1 year. So, Angel, I'm going to do a special show. Once this free agency period's up, we'll do a future show for next year's free agency market. I got you. Fox says, I want Becton and Diggs and AOC gone. Well, you're not going to move AOC anytime soon. You only have him and Geno on the roster right now. Carter is probably on the practice squad. He probably won't even be around. Gardner's going to be out of here soon. Desmond Ritter's gone. You're not going to move AOC until at least after the draft. You can figure out what you got going on. You gotta go lock down your future or a potential development type guy before you move on from Aiden O'Connell. If you move on from Aiden O'Connell. And I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. And Tony, I see a lot of people trade AOC to Josh McDaniels. He was the one that drafted him for Joe Milton. If they wanted to do that, I'd definitely do that. And I'm not a big Joe Milton guy at all. But I think he fits more with what Chip's trying to do. But Coop has a lot of left in the tank, you guys. He's only 30 years old. Only a year ago, I believe he had 1,300 yards receiving in Cleveland. So he's still productive, had a lot of, 5-time Pro Bowler, has some really productive years with Dallas. If that's the move to make, bring him in. He's not going to be your number one guy, though. But, Coop can be a great number two. But you already have your number two with Jacoby. So it'd be interesting to see where Coop fit in the grand scheme of things if we brought him back. That's a nice pickup for the Commanders, too. Jonathan Jones, 1-year deal. Nice. Add another corner to that room. Commanders are making moves, man. They went and traded for Laramie Tunsil, got their left tackle, got some depth pieces. And John, I like that. I like what the Commanders are doing. They're going in. He's not my first guy I use. I'm not acting as though Mari Cooper is like a guy that I'm like, go bring Cooper back. I'm not championing for him to come back to be a Raider. That's not at all. I'm just saying if they decided to go that route, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. But I'm not here saying, go get Cooper. Not at all. That's not who I am. I like Amari Cooper, but I'm not in love with the idea of him returning to be a Raider. Graphk, what would you give up for Jamar Chase? 3 first round, 2 thirds, and a 5th, or it's going to cost a ton, man. I'll tell you that right now. It'll cost a ton of draft capital. And I don't think that Pete and company are going to go out and be reckless and move a shit ton of draft capital to go get Jamar Chase. I don't. Think about this. You're moving all those draft picks. You're going to make him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. And then in another few years, you got to pay Brock Bowers. Jacoby's on the last year of his deal. And I'm not trying to say like Jacoby is the reason why I wouldn't go get Jamar Chase, because Jamar is clearly, if not the number 2 receiver, the number 1 receiver in the NFL. And I have met number 1, even with Justin Jefferson. But, I mean, you don't want to set this team back a shit ton of draft capital for a wide receiver. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. When you can just keep building through the draft, I'm not doing that. Maybe there's a team out there like Buffalo. I don't know if Cincinnati will work with them. You know what I mean? But maybe they say, we need our wide receiver 1. You know, maybe they don't believe that Keon can be the number 1 guy, or Shakir, or whoever they got out there, right? They went and got Josh Palmer. Maybe they give up a shit ton. It'd probably be a team like Green Bay. Maybe Green Bay just says, we'll move a ton for a number 1 guy. That'd be an interesting spot if they decided on moving him. That'd be interesting. But, yeah. I know he's upset out there in Cincinnati. He hasn't been paid yet and so on and so forth. But I still see him being a Bengal. I think Burrow would literally light Cincinnati on fire if they got rid of his really close friend and number 1 option in Jamar Chase. I like him, Theodore. I do. I like him. Has a lot of skills that you like at the next level in the NFL. I think he can be a stud out of Louisville. If he's the guy in the mid-rounds that you go bring in instead of a Will Howard or whoever, or a Kyle McCord, I wouldn't be upset about it. Let's see. Salute the Niles in the building. Appreciate you, sis. Trading picks we can use from the trenches. Can't even pass the ball to him. Yo, salute the Steel Cage in the building, man. Here we go again. Another day where we haven't done anything. Well, I mean, we're not the only team that hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? Steel Cage. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There's a lot of teams. Once again, we're finalizing Geno's deal. You know, we're finalizing Alex Kappa couldn't. Well, he was a free agent. Well, I think they're finalizing all those deals today, right? So we have other deals that we're still trying to finalize. You know what I mean? Kuntz was finalized, was it yesterday when he did the presser? We're still finalizing some of our own guys. Geno is getting an extension here. That is the plan. That's plan A right there. Still, okay. That's the first order of business, is locking in your quarterback for the next deal that he has. You're not going out there and putting Geno out there on an existing on a deal that's going to end in a year. So, you know, they're not going to do this. They're not going to put him out there on his existing deal. They're going to get this extension together, see where the money is, and then they'll start making some moves. But once again, I do believe that the Geno deal was kind of like not the hiccup, because I still believe that Spytech and these guys are just allowing the market to come to them. You know, there's no real reason to go out. Well, do you want to be the first team to go out there and pay a shit ton of money to one of these veteran wide receivers? D-Hop went to Baltimore for like a hometown discount because he's out there, you know, ring chasing. But do you want to set the market right now with Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper? You know, we're probably sitting back saying, okay, let's see what the market looks like. There's no real reason to go out there and set the market, you guys. It's not. There's no player out there right now that actually, to me, and this may be a bold statement, I mean, Stephon Diggs could be if he returned to full health, but there's not really any players out there that I think that is going to come in and change. It's going to add a win or two to this team, or three wins. There's not one player out there that's going to change what we have going on right now. Now, Diggs could if he's fully healthy and you get that return to wide receiver 1 for him, but he's up there in age, coming off of a torn ACL. So, I mean, honestly, what are we rushing for? You know what I mean? What are we rushing for? Bucks, Pats, Seattle never got aggressive early in free agency. Was never going to be aggressive. There you go. There's no reason to go out there and do all this shit. Yeah, hey, USC, I'm waiting for the draft. I'm truly waiting for the draft. That's where I am like, I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm waiting. I'm counting down the days for the draft, because that's the way good teams, great teams build. They build to the draft. Marks, man, appreciate you on the kind words, brother. I don't know, man. You know, Carter has some arm strength. I like watching him play at South Alabama. I just don't know if he's even going to be on this roster. You know what I mean? Honestly, if I'm a betting man, he wouldn't even be. He's a former regime guy. You know, I don't think that Carter's going to be around at all. Honestly, got to keep it a buck with you. So I want to see something. Where did Gus go? Is he still over there? Assistant head coach for the San Francisco 49ers? Would be interesting to see if maybe Carter went over there to the Niners. Would be interesting to see if Carter Bradley went there. I mean, I know they're going to pay, you know, their guy. They're going to take care of Purdy and stuff. I wonder if we move on from Carter and he goes up to the Niners. Let me see. Hopefully, Angel. Hopefully. Real talk. If anybody can get whatever it is, you know, the skills and the talent that he has out of him, it's Pete Carroll, right? It's Pete Carroll. Yeah, Sean. Facts. Market value is 12 to 13 million. I would do that for Stephon Diggs. Elijah Moore, 4 million to 5. I'm doing that all day. Elijah Moore is one of those high ceiling players, low risk, high reward type guys. He is like an Eric Stokes, but on you know, shit on steroids at a premium position. You know, like, and I like Eric Stokes, former first round pick. Watched him a lot at the collegiate level also, but Elijah Moore, to me, you could bring him into that range. I'd be hyped. Real talk. Tyler Lockett market value is around 7 million. Yeah. Aging wide receiver and Tyler Lockett. I would want to sit this one out, but it makes total sense with Pete Carroll and company, and a weapon that Gino is already familiar with. So, but shit, I'd pay 17, 18 million for both Diggs and Elijah Moore. But hey, you know, that's just me though. Yeah, there's no news on Becton yet. No news at all on Becton. Still waiting to see what his market's going to look like. That'll pick up here soon. But real quick, you guys, just hit the 3-hour mark. I'm gonna get out of here. Once some moves start shaking, we'll get back and we'll rock with you guys. I don't want to sit here just to sit here and no movements going on. You know, once again, salute to you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, you guys. Hit them thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Also, once again, this live stream was powered by our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit. 125% bonus on your next 2 deposits using promo code U2150. The fastest payouts in the industry, up to $2,000. If you are a bettor, you guys, there's nobody that does it better than BetUS. Head over there, let them know Graphk Raiders sent you. Once again, we will have another show here soon. I promise y'all, if we're not live in the next hour or so, we'll probably be back in the next 2 or 3. So stay tuned. Other than that, I'm not going to just sit here and just have y'all just look at me just unshaved and just it's nasty work out here in these free agency streets right now. It's slow motion. I think once that Geno deal is out there, then we'll start to see some real moving and shaking. But other than that, love, appreciate every single one of you guys. And I got to take a piss badly. One.